sensitive to the level of policing that the current crime situation warrants, and that it is in anti-crime mode. Their initiatives will not be compromised by officers proceeding on leave. The top cop says the process is being effectively managed both in the short and long-term interest of the service and the safety and security of the country. 2 men are now dead and a third injured following a shooting in Cocorite. The dead men have been identified as Stephen Belgrade and Darnell Pierre. Reports say that the men were liming at Jeffers Lane, Cocorite at around 10:56 when a car drove up and shot them. Several men got out of the car, shot the limers, and then returned into the vehicle before making good their escape. Belgrave died on the scene, and police took the other wounded men to hospital. Pierre died later of his injuries. Commuters who use the Port of Spain to Carenage taxis will soon have to fork out $1 more to get to their destination. This, as Carenage Taxi Drivers Association has announced, they will be increasing fares. The association's president, Walter Matthew, says the increase is due to the rising cost of living and increasing maintenance costs. The cost of a trip from the capital city to Carenage and vice versa is currently $6. Short drops will also incur an additional dollar charge. He says fares have not been increased since 2017. The Pandits Parishad of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha is calling on all religious leaders to meet for discussions on measures to protect places of worship and their devotees. The group says it was hoping to meet leaders after Diwali, which is being celebrated on November 12th, to find ways to protect worshippers at churches, temples, and mosques. They also want to ensure that they are not subjected to abuse, hatred, and intolerance. The Pandits Parishad says they will also discuss attempts by any arm of the state to trivialize these concerns. In a release, the Pandits suggest a religious freedom committee be set up to monitor and produce reports, promote unity and harmony, contribute towards maintaining peace and stability, and to act in a consultative role if needed for the development of the relevant legislation. The release came on the heels of several attacks and vandalism and the desecration at Hindu temples and sites across the country. Further afield, a group of thousands of migrants who have set off on foot for the United States from southern Mexico is steadily growing in size. Its organizer says around 7,000 people now make up this migrant caravan, up to 5,000 just days ago. Most of them are from Central and South America. U.S. President Joe Biden is due to meet leaders from the region on Friday to discuss how to curb the flow of migrants to the United States. President Joe Biden has come under attack for his handling of migration, in particular on the U.S.-Mexico border. Republicans say he is not doing enough to stem the flow, and Democratic mayors whose cities have seen an influx after Republican governors bust newly arrived migrants there have joined in the criticism, saying that their cities cannot house or feed them. Finally, in weather news, partly cloudy conditions with intervals of light to moderate showers and rain in varying locations can be expected. There's a 60% chance of a few heavy showers and or thunderstorms. Sunrise this morning was at 5:55 and will set at 5:37. Seas will be moderate in open waters. Waves will be up to 2 meters and below 1.5 meters in sheltered areas. Temperatures should rise to 31 degrees Celsius and dip to 26 degrees Celsius. That was your first look at news right here on More FM 104.7. We say thank you to KickCities.com and Amar Auto Rentals Limited. My name is Vern Extavo. It's been my pleasure. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
That was your 5:55 a.m. news. It was sponsored by Amar Rentals Limited and KickCities.com.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047 as they rip apart the lies, half-truth and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
Diwali is in the air, and with it comes festivities and fasting. Luckily, my family and I can enjoy a nice, tasty veggie burger thanks to Royal Castle. Whether it's lunch or dinner, the Royal Castle veggie burger is great on its own or in a combo with a side and a 16-ounce drink. And it's healthy too. A nutritious patty made with oats, lentils, chana potatoes and carrots. Inside a soft bun with tomatoes and lettuce. So for this season of lights, try the tasty and healthy veggie burger. Shubh Diwali from Royal Castle.
Having to lose someone you love is already hard, so funeral services and arrangements should be made easy. And at David Guide & Son, that is what we guarantee. We guarantee our customers exclusive services at affordable prices. Our services include funeral pre-arrangement packages, casket customization, great customer service, and the latest in body preparation technology, and the best fleet of vehicles to give your loved ones the send-off they deserve. With 4 convenient locations, feel free to call us or visit us at Port of Spain, 623-4906, Cuba, 636-2435, San Fernando, 610-5062, and Point Fortin, 610-9200. With full funeral packages starting from as low as $7,500, call David Guide & Son Funeral Services today. David Guide & Son Funeral Services. Distinctive, not expensive.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
Sheltech Electronics, Capital Plaza, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port of Spain. So you're looking for the best prices in gaming products? Come on down and visit Sheltech Electronics, the gamer's paradise. Get the latest PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch system. Games and accessories. Apple Stream, Roblox cards. Available. Daily clearance items up to 70% off. Pre-order new releases and save 15%. Come on, visit us online at sheltechelectronics.com. Cash in on the bargain. Sheltech Electronics, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port of Spain. 627-3757. Cash in on those bargains now.
Harry's Water Park presents Old School at Sunset on Saturday, 2nd
School is coming to the Bikini Bar at Harry's Water Park. Look out for the iconic Carl Joey Lewis Orchestra alongside the icon from More FM 104.7, the master of the old school, Hitman Howie T, the boss of old school, the massive Dr. Hyde, and house music by Antics and the Music Library. This is going to be an unforgettable evening. Here we go. Saturday, 2nd December. Doors open at 6 p.m. Admission only $100. Old school at sunset at Harry's Water Park, Bikini Bar, Tamaki Road, Rio Claro. We're going to party like never before with Pal Joey Lewis and the superstars of the old school. More FM 104.7. Harry's Old School at sunset. Don't miss this one.
This season is auspicious, KFC so delicious, a deal that celebrates us. Diwali delight, KFC. Diwali delight, packed with veggies and it tastes so right. KFC. Diwali delight, it's a taste that unites. Together we light up the world.
Your taste buds will be delighted this Diwali season. Bite into the Diwali delight offers from KFC. Enjoy our veggie sandwich for $29.95. Shubh Diwali from KFC.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I was going to the Oval one evening and I stopped as it was drizzling and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago, election or no election? And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is? The plan is to put an end to this. And annoying me in the intervening period. You know what time I get up in the morning? I go to bed between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up at daybreak. And when I get up nervous many times. Because what's going to happen to us as a people today? And all of a sudden they're concerned about debt in the country. They're concerned about who hungry. They're concerned about who's starving. They're concerned about... Just give me a break. Thank you very much.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any. God is healer.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Our God.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And if our God is for us, no one can stop us. Wanna believe? Have faith. Believe. It's the most powerful Almighty God.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When you're feeling the Holy Spirit, you're feeling the Holy Spirit. When you're about doing good, you're about doing good. And the more good you do, you just feel to do more and more and more and more good. It's come like you're getting a high on doing good. I must say a pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers. Good morning to you. To all senior citizens, a pleasant good morning to you. To the physically challenged disabled people, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting our sister Isle Tobago. Good morning to you, Tobago.
The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. And I have to listen to that foolishness. And I have to listen to that foolishness. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government.
I am the government.
Louder, I am the government.
You are the government.
I am the government.
We are the government. And we please remember that. So again, a pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers. Good morning to you. To all senior citizens, a pleasant good morning to you. To the physically challenged disabled people, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting our sister Isle Tobago. Good morning to you. To all loyal listeners, callers, well-wishers, supporters. To all critics, a pleasant good morning to you. To all haters, a pleasant good morning to you. Most important mornings to all patriots, to all Trinbagonians, people that will put their God and their family first before they put the race, religion, and politics that destroying this country politically, and all are we going down in it. Nice. As promised, because we have ads and things to play, I will have a little time. Lennox will have his little time. So what we're going to do before Lennox Smith organize with his editorial, what is his front burner? Lennox, let's get the front burners, the people front burners, the newspapers, the headliners. Let's give them the headliners right after the headliners, and then you can go ahead and teach. You could go ahead and teach with your little time. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. What's the headliners this morning?
My friend, good morning to you, my friend. Are you listening? Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed. Well, of course, good morning to all and sundry, east, west, north, south, central, in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is, of course, another edition, Wednesday morning edition of the Ground Report. And, of course, as usual, we have a very bumper and information-filled program for you, as per usual. But, of course, without your participation, and then, of course, it will not be what I consider to be a perfect circle, or it will be incomplete, in other words, without your participation. So we will get to you momentarily. That being as it may, of course, as far as the headlines are concerned, of course, Brown CARICOM to meet, that is the city minister of foreign affairs, is making the bold statement, having met with well, I suppose that arrangement would have been made. But of course, he says that the CARICOM to meet on Gaza-Israel conflict today. I don't know if it is virtual or they are having a physical meeting, having regard to the termination of the COVID officially. Senate rejects opposition on procurement order. Imbert alleges hidden agenda to ruin country. Well, the usual rhetoric and self-serving histrionics that somehow is very typical of this administration, but strangely and ironically, he accuses others in the opposition, of course, of engaging in histrionics, which is, of course, merely being theatrical, being theater and so on, and grandstanding and that kind of issues that histrionics will refer to. Heinz 38 pepper spray licenses approved.
What the hell is this? 38 like and that big news, boy. 38 people get approved for pepper spray.
But I suppose he was asked
oh my God.
Parliament, so you know, rarely as is, and I don't know if he's even speaking the truth. But of course, I think inside of that 38 are actually people who want to do business as well. So there is some multiplier effect there. All right, let me just take off that. So yeah, so 38 pepper spray licensing approved, and then of course the triple murder cover up, cop claims plot hatched on San Fernando Hill. I think that is something I would want to elaborate on a little more, because I think that is unfolding in the courts right now. But of course, subject to the sub judice regulations or rules, we can't go too much into it, except of course to see what has transpired in the precincts or within the courtroom itself at this point in time. I think very interesting development, and gives us an insight as to those what I consider to be stray and you know, wayward cops that and what they are prepared to do and what they have been doing based on the testimony of one of
but give us an idea what it's about. What is about? What that specific?
Well, of course, as you know, some time ago in 2011, remember there was a shooting incident. 6 police officers were charged as a consequence. I think is part.
Oh, that the Moruga shooting.
I think yes, I think it's that one, but they didn't say Moruga in the article, so I don't know if it's another one, but it to me I suspect it's that one. And but what is important is that one of the accused, of a female, she turned state witness, and she's now saying she's not prepared to testify. But of course, the DPP would have had some 3 statements from her, which she is saying that she didn't make it because she wanted a favor from the DPP, and it was in fact so. So it is a bit of convoluted to and fro-ing, a very not so rational. You can't decipher where she really is. But of course, she will be cross-examined by people like Israel Khan and so on, who is representing the accused, and we'll see how that goes. But of course, she was in fact saying that the entire thing was hard. She had a emotional, should I say, episode, a lot of emotional episodes, and her colleagues were wanting her to say things that she didn't want to say, and that of course even the senior officer that was heading the investigation, she's also saying that he would have fixed things, meaning that make certain that they get off by of course concocting certain parts of their statement and the way that the event unfolded. Those are the kinds of things that are coming out in that particular trial. It's very, 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 very interesting, and gives us an insight as to what we have been suspicious of or suspecting the capability of rogue elements within the police service are capable of doing. Well, I think that trial is one that will give us a better understanding in a very practical way as to how some of them operate. In fact, one was saying very, very humanlessly, very indurate and and without any compassion, saying that taking him to the hospital, taking one of the victims to the hospital, there's 3 of them who end up dying in a car, 3 friends under police gunshots, and one of the police officers, she said, was saying he ain't dead yet, and they're taking him to the hospital. So those kinds of issues are now unfolding in the courts as we speak. I think it's Miss Justice Honeywell. The matter is before, but as I said, I'm keeping a close eye on it. I don't want to say too much because, as I said, it is we don't want to draw. The matter is unfolding as we speak, but very, very, very interesting development there. That being as it may, of course, no new smoke-free alternative to smokers. Some of the major producers of nicotine and tobacco is now saying that they have an alternative where there'll be no nicotine or less nicotine in certain products, so that smokers who insist on that and taking that kind of course of action, they can, or habit, they can have an alternative. Heinz unhappy with the 16 murder detection rate. Well, of course, I think several thousand, I believe, murders over a particular period that they were considering, and then only 16% of the murders were detected. And of course, no surprise to you. Are you surprised about that, Andy? Andy? Well, I'm not. And I'm sure with the opportunity that the callers will get, I'm sure they will give their own verdict on it. But 16% the detection over a period of.
I'm not surprised. My mouth was full there. I was just trying to grab a quick bite while you're talking in between. But
yeah,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised, okay? Right. I think in one phrase, I am not surprised. I agree with you, and I'm sure that the callers will certainly give their comments on that as well. Energy Ministry meets with Malaysian base energy company. But of course, they are here in Trinidad, and Short Young was there, the permanent secretary, and so on, and they are talking energy issues, including, of course, alternative to carbon deposits and oil and gas and so on as we know it, and of course, talking about maybe fossil fuel free energy sources, sun, wave, I suppose, hydroelectric electric possibility, and all of that, including, of course, wind farm and all of those kinds of alternative to fossil fuel. As you know, of course, it's a dying matter in terms of the climate change agenda that was initiated in the Paris Climate Change Conference several years ago. Man's body found after he was swept away by flood. I think somebody mentioned that yesterday, and that body was eventually found having been swept away by.
Do you have an idea where he was swept away? And
yeah, there is. He was in a canal, a drain at the beginning or the end of a particular drain. Let me just get the story itself. It's a tragic incident, of course, and there were some good Samaritans attempted to rescue him as well, but before they could make a firm effort, he seemed to went to go under the water, and as a consequence, he disappeared momentarily, only to resurface some place further down the particular drain that he was swept into. Trying to get it while I'm talking here, to see specifically where that happened, because this human tragedy, I think, is something that we should be interested in, as one human to the next. Seem not to have recorded that one, so I don't have the details there. But I'm going to get it during the course of the program. So moving further afield, moving along, we have, of course, Imbert testifies in lawsuit against Jawala Rambaran. But in that particular one, of course, he is claiming that Jawala defamed him in a blog that he wrote in, of course, very irated, of course, and in connection with the alleged intervention of Imbert in trying and in preventing him from getting a job with one of the multilateral international agencies. And of course, but at the same time, we know that he got about $7 million in compensation for wrongful dismissal. Well, the government, as we would expect, appealed that one. Of course, they didn't appeal the AV Drilling decision, even though AV Drilling got millions of dollars as well as got back the contract. But even though they were advised to appeal that, they didn't, and for obvious reasons. The owner of AV Drilling, of course, is Rowley's friend. That is the nexus that one has to draw. Whether they say that we are casting aspersions or we are imputing motives that are not relevant, I beg to differ. Let me put it that way. So here we have it, of course, seeking the truth about the Paria diving tragedy. Well, of course, the report is yet to come to the public, in the public, but of course it is impending. I think is sometime this month, and therefore the newspapers feel it is appropriate to, of course, speculate and to regurgitate and revisit some of the very tragic testimonies that would have been given at that inquiry. I mean, it is just appalling, and to see that 2 years into it, we are yet to get a closure, and the families of these victims are yet to get some kind of compensation. And we see that the state is appear to be very insensitive in terms of giving them something, at least in the interim, or their immediate response, having regard to the fact of the kind of job that the former breadwinners would have been engaged in, and as breadwinners, certainly leaving the rest of the family in dire straits in terms of some kind of financial support to put food on the table. The cops refuses to testify, yes, against 6 officers at a murder trial. That's the one.
Which you done mention that. But what's on your front burner this morning, Lennox Smith? Oh boy. Time check, it's 34 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
Yes, of course, my front burner is Dr. Rowley once again. Some say if I call him Rowley, I am, of course, calling to somebody's dictate. Well, I'm a man of my own, and sometimes I will use the term interchangeably, whether I say doctor or say Rowley, it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is that Dr. Rowley's despicable performance in Tobago would, of course, raise eyebrows to a fellow like me, because, I mean, he went there and he was at his pristine best in terms of deception, deflection, and the total and absolute dishonesty. And I am going to focus this morning really on the responsiveness of the octogenarians and septuagenarians that would have been part of the audience, a very scant audience. I'm talking about people who are 80 years and 70 years of age. You see them there very poignantly in that audience, amid, of course, a lot of empty chairs.
No problem, but let's try to make it a little 5 minutes, because we have to take a little break. But you go ahead, my brother.
No problem. I'm saying that the response was at best lukewarm, and of course he tried his best to have punchlines and so on that clearly demonstrates. And in a nutshell, nobody really is taking him on, and he must realize that by now. And conclusion, he merely has to really deeply and seriously contemplate on calling an election earlier rather than later. But knowing Rowley and his minions, people like opportunists such as Hines and so on, who clearly is a total dunderhead, out of his depth, and cannot perform anywhere at all in the public sector, but of course he could only gravitate to an administration that is managed and supported by Dr. Rowley. So we understand why he is in the office of National Security Minister at this time. So my conclusion is call an early elections, because at the end of the day, the succeeding administration, the Kamala Prasad UNC administration, will of course investigate all of them, and of course both criminally and civilly. Those are the areas that I want to focus on at this time, and of course that would have been my considered opinion in this regard.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago, before we go for the break, well, a long time we ain't take calls in this segment. It's 37 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. When you listen to the Ground Report, the lines are open. The numbers to call 229-0251. That's 229-0251 or 239-5120. 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call and send your WhatsApp voice note at 366-3053. 366-3053. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution in the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox, and everyone. Now, yesterday I was traveling in a maxi, and I hear in an evening program, every minute is the opposition leader. I want to tell those callers this morning, check on yourself, because watch me, she in a better position than all you. She better off than some of us. You understand? It's every minute this opposition leader, Kamala. All your business on fix right now. All your children need food. We need food. But all you want to blame Kamala for everything. It's the government. All you have to blame all your government is them running the country and have us suffering.
Hey, you went back to that cell phone or you're using the line? I feel you on the cell phone, you're not on the line. You ain't coming across clean, you know?
I ain't coming across good?
Now, you using which way? You're going back to the cell phone again?
Oh, God. I ain't not back, but alright.
You have to call on the landline if you want people to hear you good, because your contribution coming across clear, but at some points it's scratchy.
Alright, you see sometimes I just get kind of thing others get.
Yes, we know that you are very emotive in those circumstances, particularly where people know better, but of course will try to defy reality and live in a fantasy that you just mentioned there. But those people you are talking about, they know the truth, you know? But it's just that they publicly they would make those statements because of an association to a party that clearly has lost its way.
Nice. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago, you all say you all want your early morning time to be able to bring your front burner in. So far here, La Hocketa. So it's a test. So I will know in the future if me and my Lennox Smith going to share the first hour and then take calls from 7 o'clock. So let's see, the lines are open. You all wanted the opportunity to talk within this segment. So let me give you all the numbers again. New callers so they could call too. 229-0251, 229-0251 or 239-5120, 239-5120, or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053, or send your WhatsApp voice note. Go ahead, caller.
And you're hearing me now?
Yes.
You hearing me playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying to the callers out there, right? Every evening, the opposition leader, Kamala, and all kinds of things. So I want to tell them this morning, Kamala business fix. She's better off than us. You understand? And sickness, no matter what, sickness is for all. And God knows it best. And I want to tell those callers, it's the government. Is this government?
A serious echo. I know, like you're going in an enclosed place.
Alright.
We getting real echo now.
Like in a cave now?
Yeah. You have to be open. Don't put it on speaker. Just, I don't know, boy. Your contribution ain't coming across. I being straight. It ain't coming across. It ain't coming across too good at all.
There's a reverberation, yeah. There's an echo, yeah.
And when you make
but I
it
think
passion,
we can just La Hokita, I think the callers out there will, I'm sure, have heard what you wanted to express, which is, of course, are people that are in denial. Because, as we say, there's none as blind as he or she who refuses to see. And they will try, of course, to poison the minds of persons. And because they themselves are being poisoned by, of course, a very myopic, self-serving administration that will, of course, boast of their achievements, which in reality turns out to be destruction to the society.
nice, but we in here clearly in studio, so what we take in is where we will dish out. If we hearing clear, we will want to believe everybody's hearing clear. If we in hearing clear, we will want to believe everybody not hearing clear. Right? So it is what it is. She had to call back with a normal landline and just drop her voice a little. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead.
Pleasant good morning, brothers. Pleasant good morning, my team of Trinidad and Tobago, the UNC family. Pleasant good morning to you all. Now, Lennox.
Yes.
Not the UNC family partner, the Ground Report family.
Police service.
No, he has a right. He has a right to say that.
Yeah, the Ground Report family, exactly.
Ah, boy. But the UNC
family, UNC family. We know no fit up fan, but we try the best to do the right thing. But what I want to say,
Trinidad and Tobago, the police service has been going around just for not now. It's very long, and look simple. This case here, everybody see it on national TV. Everybody see it. That the killing in South talking about Lennox. Where they're going to kill you, put them in the car, or kill the people in the car, the 45 people. As a result of that now, the woman, she got frightened. She turned state witness. Now, after all that period of time, the bamboo she had with all kind of talk now, so she want to come up against she colleagues and them. You understand? That is what they be doing people right through. They're going about on judicial killing people just so, and then violent people shoot behind them. That is unfair. The police system, the police service in Trinidad and Tobago have to get revamped. Because there's too much corrupted people that are having it, and that people who in big position, big super this and big super that, man, they're doing it wrong. You understand? They're doing it wrong.
Lennox, just a way. I don't know if it's me. Whole kind of. I don't know if it's me. You hear that kind of distortion?
Who come on?
Yeah, I am. I am hearing that.
But people saying they ain't hearing no distortion and let the people talk. But I hearing some serious distortion. So me I know if it is we hearing that.
I am hearing him, but there is a sort of crackling, should I say, lagging,
a grumbling, a mumbling.
Yeah, kind of thing in the background. But I'm hearing him.
Okay, go ahead, but you ain't coming across to me too clean, eh?
Yes, again. What we have to do to change this administration, or we're feeling it. It's not to say that we're not feeling what taking place. We are seeing what taking place, you know. We are knowing what taking place, you know. We seeing, we feeling, we knowing all what going on. But yet still, like nobody had the belly, nobody had the audacity, nobody can hold the mantle and say, well, all right, enough is enough. Let me come out in Port of Spain and do what we have to do. So we have to take this till 2025. People have to be going through what they're going through till 2025. That is unfair to the poor people at Trinidad and Tobago. That is unfair.
You're so correct, and you're well clear up. You moved from where it was or something, but in my ears, you're well clear up and what's coming across now, very clean. You moved from where it was into a new place. Oh boy, it done gone, but that was clear. That was clear after, you know. Morning, caller.
Hey, morning, Lennox. Yes. The judge who judging the police and then was Carla Brown Anthony. You called the wrong judge name this morning.
Carla Brown?
Is she?
Okay.
Yeah, she. But if you read if you read the papers, what the witness, the police girl is saying, I read the thing this morning. That's a norm. What she's saying is a norm for years. The police do something, everybody get together, and they make one statement, and everything gone through. She said they learned that in the barracks. So I just always say there are a lot. I'm not saying people ain't doing things out there, no. But there are a lot of people in jail that ain't doing nothing. They're convicted. Listen, when you join the police force, the motto is lying. You have to lie. You know what? Why not? They don't do nothing.
Thank you, caller. Oh boy!
And like by the 6, I see another 6 cup is being investigated by the Professional Standard Bureau as well. An incident in the Aruka station, 6 cups, assigned to the North Division Task Force, detained by the Professional Standard Bureau. So there seems to be something that is now manifesting itself with the regularity that we probably wasn't seeing before.
Oh boy. So again, trying to make the numbers to call. Why Lennox Smith will organize and just touch on some of the headlines. Well, one again in which he didn't get to touch on. Go ahead, caller. Morning, caller.
Hey, morning, gentlemen. Calling from Port of Spain.
Morning.
I was listening to Lennox this morning with respect to the approval of 38 license for this spree business.
Pepper spray, that big thing, right. Man had a face bullet and a hip hooray. Hey,
no, but
the ministry.
But what Lennox forget to mention, I had to put it in context, is there were over 400 applications, and only 38 was approved. So what
over 400, yes.
You understand? So that is neither here nor there. But the other point I want to make is, Lennox, who does normally elect a leader of a political party? Not the supporters, basically the person who are financially, viable in the party.
Yeah, the rank and file, yes,
right?
yes, the rank and file, right. Basically, yeah. Who are financially, of course, in good standing.
Right. So how come fellas just object to and feel that they want to remove the leader, and they could go about and remove a leader just so? There are opportunities for them to put their name in the ring and go up as leader and go through the election process. But people just feel that, I don't know what has happened with people sometimes. There's a process. You need to follow the process. And this is the problem with this country, right? Everybody feel that they are beyond the process and they could do what they want. It's a simple thing. And I can't understand why they always on Kamala's case. There's several elections. Wait for the election. Try to gather your supporters. Try to educate them as to what you could do differently. You understand? Rather than just trying to have a coup, as they say, and remove the woman. Okay, gentlemen, have a good morning.
Well, those are people who themselves claiming to be democratic, but are clearly demonstrating and illustrating undemocratic principles. Exactly what you said there, they have to do, buy their time. That time will always come in a liberal party as the UNC is, and you do what you have to do, but no, they want a shortcut.
Caller, go ahead, morning.
Hello, good morning. Arima, Andy.
Go ahead, Arima.
Well, Andy, it's real trouble to get through here. I say you ain't taking my call again, No.
No. I ain't gonna do that.
Oh, listen, I want to talk on the borderline issue with Guyana and Penny. This thing getting real rough out there for them Guyanese, Them Venezuelans square off in the borderline. They're threatening the Guyanese bad, But what I want to say is, the Guyanese, right, is saying that when Abu Bakr attacked the in the Red House with Robinson, they weren't a member of some organization they have. They're saying that they weren't a member, but they still send soldiers to assist in the situation, right? and they hope that Trinidad and Tobago would remember that. In other words, they're looking for help from Trinidad and Tobago with our soldiers, right? I listened to an interview with 3 people, and they were talking about that this committee, where the headquarters is in Barbados, is not saying anything. The leader there, Barbados Prime Minister, not saying a word. Neither Trinidad and Tobago, where they should be assisting Guyana with our military. So we watching. They even talking about CARICOM. All the heads not saying anything. So Guyana on their own. And the motto with this committee is, when you attack one, you attack all. So they're supposed to be standing up with Guyana, sending soldiers all now, And what I want the citizens of this country to see is CARICOM is corrupt. And we will see the face in time to come. We will see Rowley face, right? Because Rowley is a friend of that Venezuelan president. Okay? So we watching. We have to watch what's going on. Okay, have a nice day, Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh boy, to all new callers and everyone that want to make your contribution, the numbers to call 229-0251, 229-0251, or 239-5120, 239-5120, or give us a WhatsApp call or voice note at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open to you, the people.
Information, of course, on the pepper spray. As the legislation was passed in 2021, 517 applications for pepper spray license was made up to October this year, 12th. So those include, of course, 110 importers, 23 retailers or distributors, and 384 individual users. Surprising, only 8, but the same 8 actually got. I just don't understand it. And of course, out of this number, 50 licenses were approved. So of course, 50 licenses were approved. Those include, of course, 8 importers, 6 male, 2 female, 4 retailers or distributors, 3 male, and one female, and 38, of course, individual users. I suppose that they were talking about when they said individual users. So I thought I should just update people on that. In terms of the drunk person, well, of course, that occurred in Arima, and the person was found later in Omira drain.
Oh boy! I also seen here in the newspapers here Wednesday, November the 8th. Farley denies striking deal with the UNC. Farley responses after the criticism of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley is, I don't care about politics in Trinidad, but I think anybody governing the THA should care about the politics in Trinidad, because the politics in Trinidad is what will give them the autonomy to be able to do what they do in Tobago. Because look, they went across there and say they have the government itself, not Farley, not the THA, about massive development projects for Tobago and all those different things. So, but again,
that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because remember, after elections, the UDCOT withdraw several projects that was carded consequential of the budget of that year. But of course, after Dr. Rowley said what he said about the UNC connection to Farley or anything opposing the PNM in Tobago, I took a look at the manifestos of the UNC of 2007, 2010. I didn't get one for 2020, so I'm still examining. But where Tobago is concerned, they were very clear that, of course, the autonomy of Tobago is important, and Tobago must get what they want. Of course, Dr. Rowley was there saying something different, and of course, once again, attempting, of course, to hoodwink the people, and at the same time claiming that somehow the revisiting of the 1986 outcome of that election, 33-3, the PNM will rebound from that because of reminiscent, of course, the 12-0 subsequently when the UNC was in office, but at the same time not recognizing that it's two different stories and two different era, because of course then the Calcutta ship did resonate with the people. We saw that the Calcutta ship could not even get off the shipbuilding facility first and foremost because they just rejected the PNM. But Rowley is not prepared to do that and will continue his propaganda agenda to see if he could salvage something that is unsalvageable. Of course, all of that is because of the Tobago East and West national election seat. I'm talking about the constituency now. That is what he's trying to prevent. Remember, taking that too will mean that he remains with how much? Only 20, because they have 22 seats right now. I mean, if we had to take things in its natural to its natural conclusion. But of course, we know the UNC will certainly win some of the marginal seats now. So the PNM electorally, I think their days are numbered.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. Let me give all the numbers again. 229-0251, 229-0251. To all new callers too, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. Now my next issue, well, something else that I want to raise. Just want to hear your thoughts on it. Dale Lennox Smith, let me just raise this issue here. Quick, boom, boom, I know what it here. Ah, boy. No. No. But the line's open by me. Oh.
As the Anglo profits increased by 16.5% as well. Profits,
in profits.
Post-COVID, yeah. Increase.
All right. Well, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, the Gong Report must have discussions on it. Based on, again, the talk that Ian Allen have spoken, and then they say tonight you have to reveal this and that and whatever. Taking the headliners at the end of the day, which is again destabilize the UNC now. They really and truly did do that. Destabilize UNC.
Yeah.
Right? Because imagine that making news, right? When at the end of the day, this to me is like a more the UNC cabal. This to me is more a PNM plot. This to me are more, because what that being headliners or being in any way helping the senior citizens that need their surgery for their eyes to see the cataract, and who can't get the medication and spend the money with the pension to get the medication, because they have no medication at the public pharmacies, at the hospitals and health offices and all those different things. But it stays in an article here by Gail Alexander, senior political reporter. Right? Some MPs support Kamala. Right? AIM talks of coup. Right? Talks of coup, right? They're going as far to say, if there are traitors on board the United National Congress, they will face the same fate as Raven during the season, said UNC MP Barry Parrap yesterday. as he expressed his support for political party leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa. This followed claims on Ian Allen's Monday show, warning Kamla Prasad Bisesa of a conspiracy by some opposition members to hijack the UNC. What's the words? What's going on? It's done out there. It's out there, so we had to discuss it too. Right? To hijack the UNC. So let me continue there quick. It was claimed a certain man is the ringleader and has been rousing up MPs to get signatures to take to the president to remove Kamla Prasad Bisesa and the UN and they say to move the political leader, and they also state and UNC senators are involved. Prasad Bisesa did not comment on the claims, nor did the UNC deputy political leader Dr. Rudal Munilal or David Lee or UNC deputy political leader Jolene John. Meanwhile, she did not know about these things. While meanwhile she said she did not know about these things, some parliamentarians were unavailable, did not reply to Guardian media queries, or said off record they were loyal to the leader. So they stated off record they're loyal to the leader. However, Paradap said, I am in full support of Ms. Prasad Bisesa and her leadership. Thousands of members of UNC members democratically elected her, and I am not a part of any conspiracy to undermine her or the party. Lennox Smith, we could go on and on. We already have the drift.
Yes, and I remain firm and resolute with my initial comments on that particular development. And I think it is a good strategy to remain silent on the part of the political leader, because I mean, here.
So you're saying she shouldn't get roped in that kind of bacchanal stupidness?
No, you see, it is similar to the issue that she is ill and she lost her toe.
They say she lost 3 toe, and it's not true. Yeah.
But you see, there's, as I always tell you, there are different ways to fry people in their own oil. So, but what she has done is merely hosted, and yesterday, of course, I got an invitation, in fact, by email to attend her Diwali exercise yesterday in her constituency. And then, of course, she had an opportunity to speak to the public, and of course the media will certainly be interested because they would have be aware of that very piece of misinformation, disinformation, being, of course, since the only beneficiary of that could be the PNM, then of course we know it is a PNM agenda that is being pursued, and she will have none of it. So therefore she simply went about and has gone about her business as per usual, and the media would, obviously take note, and the population will obviously draw their own conclusion. This is another exercise where a similar strategy has been adopted. Why would you want to respond to something that is nebulous, that is dotish, that is designed to deflect attention away from the multiple and hundreds of murders that have been taking place in the country, that the poor performance of this administration, claiming that somehow the war in Ukraine and Russia, they caused it, and that is why they got a windfall of $8 billion, and they are now able to put something in the Heritage and Civilization Fund and reduce, of course, the deficit for this year. All that kind of deflective nonsensicalities that they would engage.
We understand.
I accept that strategy. Her mere presence walking firmly as normal. If you lost 3 toes, one would have expected that at least you will be a paraplegic moving in a wheelchair. But I'm seeing a very sedate, a very collective, and a very sagacious leader who, of course, is the hallmark of a statesperson, a stateswoman who clearly can carry the mantle of Trinidad and Tobago to its resuscitation of the dignity that we have in the region and, of course, in the hemisphere and on the world.
You don't want to get all the acolytes, Lennox. We have to take a break. How manage Lennox Smith? That things like that making the news headliners for mainstream media, and not things like Valencia in our water 2-3 weeks, who flooding so outside of Valencia, many other people not getting water, and all those various things. The crime situation, look, the murders continue, and those are the things that take headlines. And then I also seen.
It's obvious that misery loves company. They are in the misery. Their political stocks have been waning. They know that they are in jeopardy. If you hear Dr. Rowley in Tobago, you would believe that, of course, election has already been called and the UNC has already won. And you hear, of course, Imbert making at the press conference, identifying some of the goodies in the budget. Imagine he calls a press conference to take out some of the goodies, whether it be the return of laptops, the return of books, and so on, and want the population to focus on that. And clearly, something is in the atmosphere. And as I said some time ago, that it is clear that there is internal pressure within the PNM itself, the bosom of the PNM, the bowels of the PNM. There is, of course, a pressure on them, and they know that the population, by and large, is also, of course, very upset with their performance, and that those who try to defend the indefensible, like the typical situation of in blind man country, one-eyed man is king, and of course Dr. Rowley and Imbert and them clearly are the one-eyed people and trying to fool the rest of them as blind people. So it is clear the agenda has been set. 2025 is upon us. But it looks as though they're being forced to call earlier elections, and they are feeling out, of course, the should I say, the political and electoral temperature of the country.
Yes, and I want to agree with you. I want to absolutely agree with you. And then it's so sad to see. So that's just my short editorial while going through the newspapers and bringing those things to you there to just bring some clarification. What also sees the PNM president, activist president, giving out, taking photos with graduates during the UTT 2023 presentation of the graduates ceremony. I also see Christine here, the PNM president activist, taking picture with a one Professor Kenneth. I also see the PNM make a nice move again. I was a PNM, I know it. I could tell you about it. Ricky Jai gets an honorary doctorate from the UTT. Yeah, Indian singer Ricky Jai. Yeah. Honorary doctorate. So PNM putting the things in place for the elections. But an oral doctorate for Ricky Jai, and whether it was Ricky Jai, whether it was Marshall, whether it's Patrice Roberts, whether it's who, I have no respect for none. The professor, the president, or anybody that's supposed to be role models, anybody that is living off the people, like Marshall Montano and many others, Brian Lara and many others, that today their own fans, their own supporters going through this, what we are going through this country. You think this professor who take pity if he start to talk out and advocate through the GIL and through the University of the UTT, and it could reach as far as the University of the West, the UE, in order, University of West Indies, in order to bring a sense of awareness when it comes to the governance of this country, and all them graduates that studying hard and would not reach nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago because it have nothing waiting for them. The politics continue to play real heavily when it comes to all them professors and them, whether it be UTT, whether it be the University of the West Indies, and heavily on the University of the West Indies GIL when it comes to students that know, seen it, that they have a dull future and they will have to leave Trinidad and Tobago eventually to go and build an next man country after educating themselves here, because it have no hope, and this government ain't playing nothing in place and crashing everything. 20-25 years from now, UE students and students would have take part. 20-25 years from now, all those university professors and lecturers that staying quiet would have been talking out, but it was the hard mouth when the UNC Kamla Prasad Bisesa was in power. The hard mouth when Robinson, when the NAR was in power, people is our mouth. The hard mouth for Basio Pandey when he was in power. But somehow, the only time we UE students and thing had mouth was back then in Eric Williams' time. Since Eric Williams to now, our UE students, our UE GIL, our brains, that's supposed to be our brains, our future, and moving Trinidad and Tobago forward, them get caught up in the politics too. That is why Trinidad and Tobago ain't going nowhere. I sorry for we. That the pain that is being inflicted by this government with everybody's silence, that's supposed to be the brain, the academas. Yeah. They're just quiet. They're not smith anything you would like to.
Yeah, but it is clear that they never catered for a ground reporter, Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, Anil Roberts, Victor Roberts, and so many others. And of course, a social media platform that has always been correct and overwhelming, so that for the little 30 pieces of silver that they are being paid,
money boy, all of them
either become complacent, silent, or try to change the agenda. That could no longer work. We, for example, I told somebody last night on the corridor transformation, and I listened, we can go until morning if necessary, and it has turned out to be extremely fruitful. And the reality is that this government is extremely toxic. They have captured government. They are the existential threat to the democracy of Trinidad and Tobago, our economy, and the way forward for our children and children's children. And the fact that we have this medium, because what we are doing now, we couldn't do it 10 years ago. We will get, I know, because I have been on the circuit, if you're asked to talk about something dealing with the poor and the downtrodden on TV6 or TTT, as the case may be, you get a 2 seconds and you're going your way. But of course, we can take 3 hours, we can take the whole half day, we can take the whole day, and they can't compete with that. However, the government will of course invest in them, hoping that somehow they are able, of course, to turn the tidal wave of public opinion that the social media and people like us are able to do. And that was reflected and manifested, of course, in the results of the Tobago elections last. We were the ones that were saying it was a clean sweep for the PDP, but of course everybody else was saying, including of course the pollsters, that is a tough fight, and that is because it will be almost even Stephen. But of course, it turned out after pushback 1, pushback 2, etc., that we triumph, and we will do so in the future, simply because of a very fundamental principle, and that is good will always conquer evil. And Rowley and they, and of course those persons who are the allies, will certainly manifest and realize that sooner rather than later.
Nice. So before I go for a break, let me just play 1 or 2 voice notes. While again, for all new callers, I'm calling out the numbers to the new callers. The numbers are called 229-0251, 229-0251, or 239-5120, 239-5120, or give us a WhatsApp voice note or call at 366-3053, 366-3053.
Oh, Andy, what do you say? Morning. See you, Lennox, Mikey, and Cup. Boy, I hear this thing going on with Kamala there, boy. Oh, God, why they doing the woman now, boy? Kamala should investigate who is the ringleader in that and fire every bit of them. You understand? Because they're coming to them, just to take their money, rob the treasury or whatever, they want to fill their pocket. Nah, man, they can't be doing that. The woman fighting hard. See, you understand? To do what she could do. You understand? And why the by cutting the woman so, boy? Yeah.
No. Again, caller. Kamala just have to leave that alone. You're going to witch out and get chained up from no PNM to destabilize her party. She just have to ignore that and continue to bring the evidence and the facts forward of the destruction of this government. And don't get in that. Don't get in the Ian Allen and the UNC cabal kind of bacchanal and no. That is to destabilize the UNC. And Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Morning, caller.
Andy Pitbull Williams, a pleasant good morning to you. Lennox Smith, Mikey K. Have a great day.
Nice. Bonifacio Villalva. Good morning to you. Right, I'm just going through those ads and them there.
Oh boy. Watch. Hear what I hear? Carries in the volume. And if I switch the channel, he'll play.
We want to use it, but we can't use it for prosecution.
Okay, man. Thanks for the information.
I don't know, see what.
Right, let me know if all again we like that all day.
Like serious boy, and the serious boy, he used the technology to inform us.
Yeah. To let me know what it is.
He didn't talk it. He actually proved it.
Yeah. So let me know if all again we in the various places on them, right? Wow. I want to see Lennox Smith how long that whole issue of now it gone from how bad the country is. Plenty people can't get water. Public servants still waiting for their back pay. The murder toll tales continues. National Security Minister and many people admitting now that the detection rate in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to the policing is very, very low. That meaning no detection, meaning we will have crime. All of that is being admitted. But yet still, people need surgeries. The roads bad. Agriculture sector in a mess, education sector in a mess, social development ministry in a mess, works ministry in a mess, public utilities in a mess. All those things and them falling on in front of our eyes. And what is most significant for everybody is about some coup in the UNC. If the UNC was in government and them kind of thing, I go understand that, Lennox Smith. The UNC can't give you the water. They can't fix the problems we have. Them in opposition. And the people who could fix for we and help we, that iron government is the PNM and Rowley. But yet still the focus is still on Kamala and not on who could do it first? Who are the power and the pen to make that change? I can't understand it, boy, Lennox Smith, boy.
But I can. It's a typical playbook of the PNM. And we saw that because history is a very good, should I say, temperature gauge and indicator as to what is possible. And we saw that when they undermined, they came together and undermined the Robinson administration that culminated, of course, in the 1990 coup. So we understand that, and then, of course, that in itself was used by the 1991 elections in order to displace and render, of course, that administration null and void and of no effect as the PNM took charge of the government by the 1991 elections. It's the same playbook that is playing out here. The big difference is, as I keep saying, they never catered for, as I said, a ground report or a real media TT or a corridor transformation or Mikey's program, or as I say, Anil and others who, of course, will give the real side of the story.
Anil, Victor Robertson, all of them.
Yes, and leave it up to the population to eventually, and that has been to tremendous effect because, as I said, not only Tobago, but even the last domestic, shall I say, local government elections, where over 60,000 persons refused the PNM. In other words, they came on board with the UNC in spite of the should I say, the statistical outcome. The reality is that the UNC has in fact tremendously improved its standing with the electorate, and that is expected to continue even in the 2020 scenario, where of course the PNM went in with 23 seats and came out with 22. And Dr. Rowley in Tobago is not by accident. They are desperate. They are going to, of course, take out all the stops in terms of digging deep in their bottomless pit of propaganda in order to hoodwink and deceive. But the people know, even those who are defending the indefensible in terms of the performance of the PNM and Dr. Rowley, they know. But of course, they will do that because they're probably getting a CPEP contract and of course maybe some nostalgic disposition in terms of a PNM that they were wishing for and hope for, that would have been sometime in the past and all of that. So the very discussion we are having now will send jitters up their spines because they know that we know them, we know what their agenda is. And you have often said, and I in a different way of course, said that you know them because you have been there. Well, I am from Laventille, so I would know. I will know quite a lot of them because Laventille electorally has remained steadfast in the PNM camp, but slowly and very appreciatively they are moving out of that quagmire, out of that cocoon, out of that illusion that they would have had about the solidness of the PNM and using them as a vote bank, and that is reality. So I am not perturbed at all that this is happening. In fact, I expect it, and if it didn't occur, then I would be surprised. So people, just stay tuned. Kamala Persad-Bissessar has demonstrated that she is also aware. We saw it, of course, with the forced local government elections and other policies and programs. And
hold 1 minute, let me take this call here. Go ahead, caller.
Brought to the fore at this time. Good morning.
Lennox.
Yes, good morning.
I ain't doubting nothing in this country, you know, boy. I find Allen harping on this thing too much, you know. Money could pass, you know. Only looking at that. Money could pass, you know, and he's a fella only, he's a kind of money crave, you know. And do the PNM with nothing, you know. You hear what I'm telling you? And mine whole are telling me that money pass, boy. Because what bothering Allen so much? about this thing.
Well, I'll tell you this, caller, and it's first time I will be interrupting a caller because I like where you're going. Yesterday, I talked about section, I made a mistake with section 91 of the Constitution. Well, it's really section 67, one of the Constitution, which lays down the circumstances under which opposition leader could be removed, the formal one, as well as a prime minister. I think we better direct people to that section of the Constitution, and you will see that all of this has not just a pinch, but a truckload, if not a sea load of salt in it. And of course, the nefarious hands of the PNM, clearly propaganda machinery, is here to deflect attention away from the issue that Andy poignantly espoused earlier.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. We're calling from. What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Andy for Grandy and Grandy for Andy. That is why we want foreign observers for the 2025 general election. Uncle Lennox, Pete Rowley, and in this national budget had launched the 2025 general election campaign.
Seriously. Yes. Go ahead, man.
And they had launched it in the parliament and put it on the Hansard. And when they went to Bago with the propaganda machine, this caring prime minister, when he opened the highway, he tell people and is hoodwinking them again, all to keep in power. But all of a sudden, the 2 terms for our prime minister, 2 terms for our prime minister, he recognized, and it must only be. But you see, when they're thirsty for money, like you see in Nigeria, where it had a man called who was for the people, and Mugabe who loved the people, but he thieved out everything and leave them in shambles. This is we Mugabe here. But you see the Dragon gas and the Angeline and the humanity, that's what they're after. So all the propaganda machine, they don't start up. And when you see mainstream media, they're pushing the narrative. And then when the history will show you, and the ULF, DLP, the Rafik Shah, right? And when you see the days gone by, under Eric Williams, they're fighting amongst themselves. And now we have the Vasant Bharat and them. When they want to make mischief. And the East Indian diaspora is something that there's always been misled very easy, and they run behind the crumbs that anybody can throw a little piece of crumbs and tell them, hey, I excavated that truck and you will get the cleaner drain. They run and they support that. Because they easily misled. Because agreed. And Andy, we had discussed this on this program. And we talked about the membership being loyal and being real custodian of change and for betterment for the whole country, but stinginess. And then we had a caller get bad and they disagree. But the reality is that it has some membership. The executive was talking because of the appointment of mayor and aldermen in this local election. They were upset about it. But then again, Rowley won his treasury and he start off now. And people forget about everything, all the Coast Guard, no diesel, $500 billion done spent. McLuhan and the NGC saga with Train 1 in LNG, then with Colonel Enel and them, and the spending and without appropriation of executive powers, and the misleading and the thieving out everything. So the Fred jail and most of these companies who pushing the narrative now through the media is to save them, because they know when they check for money laundering, they will have it. Uncle Lennox, so you see, the East Indian diaspora, there is a thing that they will never stand firmly for betterment. And that is why, from 1956 to now, we is in this position, and the whole country now is worse than Uganda and Somalia. Have a nice day.
Wow. So sad. Right, a procurement notice for the Santa Cruz water treatment plant. In the dry season, that's our Wassa young minds and them sending little thing. They say in the dry season that plant will not be to produce the amount of water because the Santa Cruz River capacity dropped real low. These people mad. That's what the bright minds in Wassa is saying. They also say, take a look at answer tender. They send a copy of the tender forms. Take a look at answer bill for the Caroni water treatment plant. This is a result because where the plant built, the plant was to be built on the Arena Dam. The Caroni plant is a cancer in Wassa. The expenditure is greater than the revenue. So they sent out that little thing, Lennox, and then they also said the tender for the Santa Cruz plant, the question to ask the Minister of Public Utilities under the FIO, where is this feasibility study for that project? So the young bright students or the young bright engineers or Wassa workers that sending the information is saying the tender for the Santa Cruz plant, the question is to ask the Minister of Public Utilities, Marvin Gonzal, right? They're saying under the FIO, where is the feasibility study for that project? This is recommended by the new set of engineers came in recently. So that was recommended by the new set of engineers in Wassa that came in recently. The young bright minds. That is 100% sure failure. They're saying that is 100% sure fail project. I would say it's 100% sure fail project. My God. This is recommended by the young right, and it's a right sure fail project when it comes to raw water production in the dry season. So he's saying that's that is a project that will fail when it comes to the water situation in the dry season at this point in time. They say to watch the letterheading on the two tenders, the two tender contract. It's saying the National Water Company of Trinidad and Tobago. The company is already registered under the Ministry of Legal Affairs, and Wassa workers is not rallying behind the unions. So what they're saying there is that the Dunde, look, the new letterhead, it's saying the new company
is that the company, the Wassa has been privatized. That's what they're saying.
But have I seen going on there right now, boy?
Well, there's no need to have another state enterprise. So clearly, it's another cog in that inevitability. As we saw how they dealt with Petrotrin and the various aspects of its collective operations. They develop Paria, and of course they have Heritage, and they have, of course,
so they go privatize and then run down and then facilitate cheap piper price and give the 1% the opportunity to make the money that it could make if the government put proper managerial structure in place. Let me take this call. Morning, caller.
Morning. What a friend we have with us. My brother Andy. Morning, Lennox. This is Malcolm X here.
Good morning to you.
Morning to the Gong Report and to the listeners of Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, it have a plan in this country, and it's not now. Like, this plan is before we born, and since it come reality. The leaders right now, we don't have much leaders in this country right now, because people might vex what I'm going to say, but I don't know if everybody, I ain't saying nothing for nobody to agree with me, but I want the history to reveal. When Guy Harewood and Brian Jeffers and Bernadette James and these bright UV people was leaders, Randall Burrows called them gorillas. It's the first time I know gorillas get killed and nobody, police or nobody. Gorilla killing people all over the world, but only in Trinidad the gorillas here get killed, which was a ban, because them fellas was future leaders. And what happened? They destroyed them. Now we searching for clean leaders in this country, what we don't have. Because all who talking, ask them the history of these fellas and them and the whole character in the University of the West Indies. And most of the people who supposed to be coming in this country, either they afraid they gone out of the country, when they get their passes and their diploma, they going in our next country and serving. And you wouldn't believe this whole thing with the opposition leader. I don't know if it's a cult, because Andy and Lennox, all you correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I will get critic. You remember what happened to Basil Pandey? They end up running Basil Pandey and saying it's time for him to go. So I don't know if it's a culture they do in Camilla now. But the real people who staying down quiet and have we in these kind of damaging and mashing up with leaders is the 1% who financing quietly that who they want and who will do what they want. The guns on them that they find in Santa Cruz, where they had surveillance for over a month or two, and they never find nobody. We end up hearing anything about, the real thing about that, because it is alleged that plenty police going on holidays because of something. But God will reveal the truth. This country in a mess, and we have to call an election now. We must call an election now, because the people who lead in this country know Mr. Big, they know what's going on, and they know the nastiness we're causing with children and grandchildren to get killed. All you have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Morning caller, short and sweet. I have to take a break. Morning.
Hi, good morning. I call in concerning water in Victory Lane in Arima and Tomatoes Terrace. It's more than a week now. Andy, I need to call you back. We need people in Ture, Guayco, to come and look after.
Which part of Arima? Which part of Arima?
Victory Lane.
Victory Lane in Arima.
Yeah, and Tomatoes Terrace. The whole of they have no water.
And Tomato Terrace.
2 weeks now.
When I come back, we will call our somebody from Wassa and try to find out where's the scenes with that, including Valencia.
We need you to pass in our village. You just go Andy, Ture, like the National Quarry is right by the junction there.
Yes.
You know we for you, Andy, for Brandy.
I know that. One thing, the people of Valencia, the people of...
I haven't seen you. I only seen you on TV.
I'll be all in your area very soon, man. When the momentum start to pick up. Remember, I have a hole here and something because I don't think we will call the election no time soon. So I using the opportunity to work and demonstrate to the people my commitment, my loyalty, and demonstrate that I can work, and build their trust and their confidence, because I have to work harder because of the platform that was left there for me and many young people in order to get the people to trust politicians which they don't trust. So thanks so much. I will try to think there with, as you say, Tomato Trace and
Tomatoes Terrace and Victory Lane.
Tomato Terrace and Victory Lane, and then I will find out about Valencia one time when I make that call, right?
Yeah, and don't forget our we area Ture. Nobody ain't doing nothing for we boy.
All right, Ture.
Yeah, thanks.
Morning caller, we're calling from. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
And we have damn text this morning. I will call back tomorrow because right now I'm not home. I'm vexed.
Okay, last caller before I take the break. Morning caller, we're calling from. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. So good to hear you all and all the callers as usual. And Andy, what I am
It's a pleasure hearing you too, Ms. Roadbrook. Many people has been waiting for your contribution, you know. So you go ahead.
Yes, but when I get up in the morning, oh God, before I even have my coffee or anything, is the ground report on the breakfast table. You understand? Because with you guys here, you all come out and all you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And what you all and even the callers keep saying is what the people don't want to hear. Andy, you want to tell me so many things are wrong in this country. Everything in every sector you have problems that nobody seems to be making an effort to solve. Not that they can't solve it, but they don't want to solve it because the confusion and the corruption and the murders and the everything is to everybody in authority benefit. You have a man, they say he involved in trafficking, whatever it is, they send him to jail for 15 years, and abracadabra, he disappear. Nobody ain't talking about that. You understand? But the people always on UNC case. What it is UNC do them, what it is Kamala Persad-Bissessar do them. They go in or they distract from everything, and it's the UNC this and the UNC that and the UNC the other. The problem is the PNM, the media. They don't get on all the wrong things with the PNM, but they on the UNC. But let me tell all your people this. Let me tell all you this. You see me, I am UNC and proud. And if UNC is going to be with Gary Griffith, is the NTA, whatever it is, I am supporting them. And let me tell all of this. I ain't shifting to the right. I ain't shifting to the left. I am moving so. I am moving so. I'm standing up firm on the ground, on the spot, to support Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC, right? If there is problems in the party, everybody has a problem, and you know, the UNC don't operate like the PNM. The PNM, they have their bacchanal. All of them know everything wrong. They know the corruption. They know everything that's wrong. But all of them want the position. They want the money. You understand? They want the car. They want to be in a place to thief. So everybody keeping quiet. UNC, that don't happen. They're making confusion, waiting have no confusion. But let me tell all you this, once and for all. You see this coup in the UNC and Kamala this and Kamala that. Let me tell you this. You see PNM have a strong, deadly, dangerous machinery. Yeah? That when you see they want to destroy something, they will do anything to destroy it. You understand? And what they are doing now, let me get real, is 19 MPs we have on the UNC. Let me be reminded, let me get real. All the UNC want is 2 more to form the government. And the PNM intend to make sure that they don't form the government, so they will do anything. And because they know is no way. I said this morning, they're stopping UNC from forming the next government. As long as we get our foreign observers, and we don't want none of them CARICOM Jumbie. We don't want none of them there. So we will work on all of that from now. You understand? So the people have to understand all this thing that is going on in the UNC. I am not saying probably they don't have the problems and they don't have the traitors. But all of this thing is organized by the PNM. All of this thing is organized by the PNM to destroy the UNC. And the people who are supporters of the UNC and the people who want a better, because I want a better Trinidad, you know, and Tobago. I don't care who it is, thing it as long as they get it. Farley himself, he just be quiet. Rowley doing him all kind of thing. The government doing Tobago all kind of thing. He don't say nothing, but the only time he can open him out is when you had to say something about the UNC, but let them go on. We who are supporting the UNC, we are going to stand firm. Let them say what they want. Let them do what they want. Let them have all the propaganda and things. And we must never forget, it was this same PNM that had put the cocaine in Salik Ba's tank. It was the same PNM, it was alleged, that it was planning to blow up the Balize house to say it's the UNC. So you see the PNM right now, they will do anything to destroy the UNC. You understand? So people, what my message this morning, people, all you be smart. All you have brains in all your head. There are things in this world that nobody don't have to tell you. You could see, you could hear, you could analyze, you could understand for yourself. So all you think and all you decide what all you want to do. Because let me tell all you this now. I have never, ever seen a country with so many problems, murders, housebreaking, thieving, lying, confusion, now it's hacking. Every negative, destructive thing you could think about in the book, we have it in Trinidad. This small country, we have it in this thing. Everything evil, wicked and sinful and lawless, we have it here in Trinidad. And guess what? Nobody ain't doing nothing about it. Because you know why? The problem is the ones on top. Imagine T-Sheriff, you want to form a party, and you could come with a straight face and tell people, you know who is the drug pushers, you know who is Mr. Big, you know who is the criminals, but they are your friends, and you want to come and form a party. Trinidadians, all you care about all yourself now, care about all your family now, care about all your children now. Let me take Trinidad to Bigo now, and let the PNM continue with the propaganda. Whatever they want to say about Camilla and about the UNC and thing, let them say it. They can say it, and all you have to let them know, all you ain't going to believe what they say. We know that they probably have problems, and we go fix the problem. But it ain't nothing that's going on in the UNC that we, the supporters and the level of the UNC can handle. We can handle with business. All you fix Trinidad and Tobago, fix the murders, fix all the crime, fix all the confusion in this. They have no water, they call in the wrong report. They have no this. Fix all the things in this country that want fixing and leave the UNC alone. Whatever going on in the UNC, if it have something to fix, we go fix it. All your responsibility is to fix the mess that's going on in Trinidad and Tobago that have everybody in this place scared. They're losing their life, they're losing their house, they're losing their car, they're losing their job, they're losing everything. They ain't dealing with that. All in the UNC case, but all let me tell you this now. PNM have a plan to not fix Trinidad and Tobago, but to destroy the UNC. But it ain't gonna happen. Blessings, gentlemen.
Thank you so much. We take a quick break and come back. Let's work back when we come back. Trinidad and Tobago, more right here on the Gummit Board. We'll be back.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Looking to complete your home or business project? Well, the place is Michelin Hardware. We carry a large selection of roofing and plumbing supply, lumber, steel, water tanks, tools, and more. Get your sand, gravel, sand filled by the bag, yard or load. No one beats our prices. Visit us at M&R Building, number 97, Eastern Main Road, Aruka, or call 646-2144. WhatsApp 327-7761. Michelin Hardware.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Sheltech Electronic, Capital Plaza, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port of Spain. So you're looking for the best prices in gaming products? Come on down and visit Sheltech Electronics, the gamer's paradise. Get the latest PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch system. Games and accessories, Apple Stream, Roblox cards available. Daily clearance items up to 70% off. Pre-order new releases and save 15%. Come on, visit us online at sheltechelectronics.com. Cash in on the bargain. Sheltech Electronics, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port of Spain, 627-3757. Cash in on those bargains now.
MCZ presents the best of both worlds. Chicken curry versus curry chicken. That's right. On the 12th of November, it's not cricket, it's food. Live cooking on the spot. Live DJs.
I'm not coming to work today.
From OFM 104.7. The action starts 11 a.m. at Z's Food Zest in Malabar Arima, next to Pro Sports Bar. Enjoy your choice of curry chicken or chicken curry with hot roti for only $50. November 12th, brought to you by MCZ the Superstar and powered by More FM 104.7. Chicken curry versus curry chicken, the best of both worlds.
You're looking for sweetness to put inside a basket.
Chicken curry versus curry chicken. November 12th from 11 a.m. Tickets only $50.
Some call it a meal, some call it a snack. Do you see Munch Pack? Hungry, you're hungry, yeah, we deal with that. Do you see Munch Pack? Munch Pack after work all lunchtime. Munch Pack tasty gold and divine. Munch Pack KFC, you could find this deal that's one of a kind. Do you see Munch Pack? Yeah, we love that. Gold and goodness to go. KFC Munch Pack, yeah, we love that. This deal is for you, yeah.
Hungry for deals? Enjoy a KFC Munch Pack with one piece of delicious chicken and one regular side for only $21.95. Only from KFC.
Make someone smile for Christmas. Make a broken heart cheer up. I give generously to the Salvation Army. On a child's face put a nice smile. Do it for the birth of the Christ child. Give generously to the Salvation Army. Give generously to the Salvation Army Christmas Kettle Drive at a location near you. Merry Christmas, Trinidad and Tobago. I give generously. Trust God to the Salvation Army.
More FM 104.7 Icons Can Cook is back. This year, we team up with Hearty Food Supermarket again. More FM and Hearty Food Supermarket Icons Can Cook 2. Saturday, 25th November 2023 at Hearty Foods Car Park on Queen and Susano Street, Arima.
Long live soca.
The fun starts at 1 p.m. and we eat, drink, lime, and have a time all the way till 10 p.m. Who will take the grand prize and the Icons Trophy this year? Get tickets from any 104.7 FM staff member, Hearty Food Supermarket, or at the radio station to taste the hand of your favorite Icon team for just $50. More FM and Hearty Foods Icons Can Cook 2. Saturday, 25th November 2023 at Hearty Foods Car Park in Arima. Get your tickets now.
Let me see you.
We all come together in full support of the International Star Child. Stand up! Get ready for Legends, a tribute to the International Star Child on Saturday, 11th of November at Kirby Sports Bar Lounge, opposite Derrick Road in Chase Village.
Don't you stop it, don't you stop it.
The action kicks off from 9 p.m. Admission only $50 before 10 p.m. Show your support as we all come together and pay tribute to the International Star Child. Your DJs, the massive Dr. Hyde, Executive Class, the Hitman Howie T, and much more guest DJs passing through. So remember, we're showing full support for the International Star Child. On Saturday, November 11th, we're heading to Curry's Sports Bar and Lounge, opposite Derrick Road, Chase Village.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fried bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Keep this in mind when you light your diyas this year. Let us gather the entire family together today and share a feast of lights over darkness. This is Robert Amar. Shubh Diwali to you and yours. From myself and the Mo FM 1047 family.
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations: 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Or call 285-9168.
So my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
Canopia. Guess what? DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate, opens up the possibilities on the 30th of September for that new lifestyle with its beautifully designed 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior finishings with a superbly manicured landscaped front and backyard homes, starting at $1.65 million. And that's not all. One lucky homeowner will have a chance to win a brand new car. A brand new car. Yes, pull up and park your new car in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. So, what are you waiting for? Email us at info.dghomes@gmail.com or call 691-5659 for info to register a viewing. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Canopia. NLCD approved.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
This season is auspicious, KFC so delicious, a deal that celebrates us. Diwali delight, KFC. Diwali delight, packed with veggies and it tastes so right. KFC. Diwali delight, it's a taste that unites. Together we light up the world.
Your taste buds will be delighted this Diwali season. Bite into the Diwali Delight offers from KFC. Enjoy our veggie sandwich for $29.95. Shubh Diwali from KFC.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check. It's approximately 8 o'clock. Oh yes. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio in studio, Lennox Smith in studio. So the lines are open to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Miss Woodbrook, you couldn't say it better. I agree with everything you said. But let's organize.
Yes, she was in fact on the button Andy, welcome back, people. And of course, we have to put things in perspective, and the Constitution is very clear. Section 83 of the Constitution, as far as a leader of the opposition is concerned, and just 2 short paragraphs, so we'll of course put clarity to it. And it says as follows, and I'm quoting here. Subsection 1 says, "There shall be an office of leader of the opposition, and appointments thereto shall be made by the president." Subsection 2 says, "The president shall, if the person concerned is willing to be appointed, appoint as leader of the opposition the member of the House of Representatives who, in his judgment," meaning that referring to the president, of course, they use, whether it's male or female, they use his in that regard. I want to make it very clear, "is best able to command the support of the greatest number of members of the House of Representatives who do not support the government." Very, very, very clear, pristine, and crisp. So the majority of the members, as we said last week, I just quoted the section of the Constitution wrongly, so I'm just saying section 83. You can read it for yourselves, people. It's online, etc. That once again, the person who commands the support of the majority of the members of the House of Representatives, and that is so, it has nothing to do with the Senate, because the Senate is manifested as a consequence of that appointment. The opposition has 7 senators to appoint, but only when you get an opposition leader. So the opposition leader has to appoint senators. So I don't want to hear anything about any senator making any moves. Right? It is the sitting parliamentary representative, elected representative in the lower house, who must make that kind of move based on the nonsense that's been bandied about, simply because people are ignorant of the constitutional requirements in order to achieve that. Once again, section 83 of the Constitution says that, and subsection 2 says, "The president shall, if the person concerned is willing to be appointed, appoint as leader of the opposition the member of the House of Representatives who, in his judgment, is best able to command the support of the greatest number of members of the House of Representatives who do not support the government." Very, very, very clear.
So true, so clear.
Right? And of course, as the same way the Prime Minister is also selected. The greatest number of persons who have been elected, and part of the party that would have been elected in the lower house support the majority of them who support the person to be Prime Minister, and that is how that the Prime Minister comes. And the reverse is the case if they want to get rid of him. But in his case, of course, he has the option of calling an election before all of that can take place, or if there's a vote of no confidence, which is usually the process in him. And then, of course, he calls an election usually in order to, of course, rectify or to bring things back on even keel,
so
constitutionally.
True.
Right.
Nice. So, caller, go ahead, caller. Morning to you.
Yeah, good day, good day. What I want to say is I want to address drivers on the Nation Road. Those cameras that almost every corner now you're seeing one. It is not about fighting crime. The killings and whatever is taking place has been deliberately established to justify putting down these cameras. These cameras is to get rid of driver's license, people who depending on that to make a living, to get rid of them. For the life of me, I can't understand why the money, the dictate at the World Economic Forum is not addressed. When the Prime Minister went to Canada, it was not about just an ordinary visit. Trudeau is the man in charge of the Western Hemisphere, and that World Economic Forum dictate. Please, people, all they get to understand is, and addressing drivers, be careful, because tickets will be coming at you all heavily.
Thank you very much. Text coming. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Mr. Pitbull, Andy. Touray Road in Sandy Grande is where National Quarries got their gravel pit and is the worst road in Grande. Okay, let's continue. Oh boy. Wow. Nah, I ain't get the thing up there yet. Yeah, you go ahead, Lennox Smith.
Yes, I want to make it very, very, very clear once again, so that we have, I think, have disabused that notion and that propaganda clearly coming out of the playbook of the PNM, and we have a duty and responsibility to clarify and to, of course, make irrefutable. In other words, the veracity of what we are saying can always be checked. Of course, a person engaging in that kind of, and maybe advertently or inadvertently, mischievously or otherwise, we have to make certain that the facts, as verifiable as they are, can of course be put into the public space so that people can be discerning.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. You go ahead. What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning? Where are you calling from?
Well, Andy, I come from Port of Spain. Andy and Mr. Lennox, I think the people in Trinidad and Tobago are missing the point, Listener, Trinidad and Tobago may be in the process of surrendering their serenity to the WHO, And if we don't careful as a nation, right, we could kiss Trinidad and Tobago goodbye. Because I have a feeling that Rowley and the PNM will use the opportunity not to call elections. So look at that and look at it very, very carefully. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning? Mr. Some good morning to Small Dread. Good morning to you, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Andy, I'm calling from Madras Road, and I promise I wouldn't take too long because I know that people want to make a contribution. But several of your callers have raised some very salient issues this morning. They're talking about why the government operates like it does, why we have no cameras, why crime is still soaring, and the confusion in understanding the Senate and the House of Representatives and the role of government over our island. We have a problem with that because our people don't even understand their rights under the Constitution. I want to tell you something, You see, a few years ago, the United States and even some really top critics of the oil industry, people economically experts, they said that the Caribbean in the next few years will become the next Dubai. It will become better than Dubai, almost equal to Dubai. And you know why? It's because of the wealth buried in our region that is yet to be explored. Guyana is only the tip of the iceberg. That is why they've been keeping us in poverty. Because when you want to colonize, and you want to rape, and you want to get advantage on somebody, you've got to groom them. We are being groomed right now. So we have to pay attention to the people who are grooming us so we could follow and go along and accept our oppression. We accept it. A little deep there, I'm telling you something. The opportunities in Trinidad abound. There's tremendous opportunities here. And when our people who work in factories, who work in little businesses, the first thing they're doing is start learning the skills. They want to learn everything about the business. And guess what? In the next few years, they will be your competitor. And what is wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. But you see, when you're working for somebody and they're not teaching you, they're not guiding you and molding you, they're not giving you the economic opportunities to soar so that when they die, there'll be other economic opportunities for others, nothing happens. And that is what our oppressors want us to do. That's why the PNM government, they've been in power for since, how many of you were born? For decades. All of you guys are a product of a University of the West Indies, a PNM education. We have never really created our own Western, Caribbean, South American type education system. We've followed along with the oppressors. And I say this because I complain a lot about noise pollution and about the recklessness that's happening. I'll tell you something, and we talk about Kusala, but I met one of his drivers. He came into our shop. A young man, his 11-year-old child, and he told me, he said, I know you're upset about the drivers, how they're driving on the road. I said, yes, because they drive too fast on the road, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, come on, man, tell Mr. Kusal stop this. And he said, listen, the roads are so bad that we are drivers, and we drive early in the morning because we don't want to meet the traffic. When 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock comes, 5 o'clock comes, road pile up with cars, people going to school, people going to work. What are we to do? There's bottleneck everywhere. He didn't say bottleneck, but I'm just saying that. And he told me something. He said, I have a disability, and I could never get hired anywhere. And I said, well, you could get a check. Why don't you apply for disability, man? He said, why should I do that when I'm capable of working? I thought to myself, you give a man a job and you give him dignity. You give him dignity and he'll rise up. This man opened my eyes to something that really made me think about the situation in this country. Because there are people who are trying to do good.
30 seconds again. Miss Madras, remember you say we can't go off too much.
Well, okay, I know. I'm going to just say sometimes we misjudge people. But our government isn't helping fix the roads. They're encouraging people who own businesses to behave badly. They're encouraging bad behavior. Okay, that's my comment. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Andy, I know you don't play my message. Andy, Madras is talking crap. Who are to be blamed? The people of Trinidad and Tobago are to be blamed. The dotish. That's what the Prime Minister told them, just like Madras, the dotish.
Okay. Well, let me say a pleasant good morning to G's. Not forgetting Ravi, aka postman.com. Tony, sister-in-law, everybody, a pleasant good morning to the family, man. All of you. Oh boy, let's continue.
What is in the UNC now has to happen. They have to get rid of them by whatever means. Money passing. I talk about all of that. When people sleepy, these things just happen to them. Sleep and beauty, relax. And you see this she join up with them two other fellas. All you know who are talking about are waiting to see. Here, as I told you, will be a one-party state, in the sense that they don't have no other party besides the UNC to battle with the PNM. So once they get rid of that UNC, or if they even self-destruct, right, that's it for we inside of here. I say in long time we on we own. The UNC getting beat up in the parliament every day. Yesterday I see Jolene John get blues from the finance minister, and you see them speak on them, even the deputy on them. We had to talk about them.
Oh boy. Lennox Smith.
Yeah, I'm here. Of course, I'm looking at the Constitution once again, and that the same section, section 83, and subsection 4, I think may cast us some additional information, some perspective on what is being bandied about. And as I said, I'm paying it no mind, but at the same time, it has come to our attention, and we must have a response capability, which of course is nestled in the Constitution, and section 4, subsection 4, I should say, of section 83 of the Constitution says, as it pertains to the removal of a leader of the opposition, and it says clearly, and I'm quoting here, where in the judgment of the president, the leader of the opposition is no longer the member of the House of Representatives best able to command the support of a majority of those members of the House of Representatives who do not support the government, the president shall revoke the appointment of the leader of the opposition. So it is very clear, again, everything has to do with the lower house, the elected representatives, and so far we have not gotten any indication that any member of the lower house the elected representatives are anti or in any way display any behavior to suggest that they would be part and parcel of some kind of initiative to unseat the political leader of the UNC. Well, they can't do that, but certainly together, if they so desire, they can, as far as the opposition leader is concerned. But we have seen no indication of that, and therefore that should be laid to rest and see it for what it is. It's a piece of the PNM deflection by way of propaganda. Whilst, of course, as Andy said, all of those iniquities and dysfunctional apparatus of government.
Hold a little bit. Go ahead, caller.
Andy, morning. Trinidad and Tobago, morning. Lennox, morning there.
Good morning.
I work at a certain place. I wouldn't say where it is. I don't want to call the name. But
Yes.
I'm not going to be here for long. Let me tell you why. My supervisor here, he is part of, he works for part of the PNM. I think it's something with the golf course. I can't see. But I know he does something with them. And let me tell you something. Something happened yesterday at my job. And my supervisor is, I mean, why are they liars like that? He would stand and not say what he did wrong. And he knows, but because he knows that he would look bad in front of the boss's face, he just did not want to talk the truth and made me look like a liar. And you know what I recognize? PNM liars are all over the country. And when I look at it, I could see where it stemmed from. It come from Rowley, and then it passed on to these other people. And the lies are so much, the lies are destroying people, is destroying the country. I don't know what's wrong with PNM people, but they are real liars. Andy Lennox, it's not nice to work with a supervisor who is a total disgusting liar. Y'all have a good day.
Wow. Wow.
I suppose nothing that we are unfamiliar with. They are simply mendacious. Their prevarications and no bounds, and that they will lie to you in a second and lie against a lie that they just issued moments ago. So that is idiosyncratic. That is par for the course with this PNM incompetent group. So thank you very much for the reinforcement, ma'am.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen. Calling from the bar.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, there's nothing good about the PNM governing this country. Now, I wish and hope and pray that this country can make a decision and retain the UNC into government. Now, the governance I would like is Kamla Persad-Bissessar to remain as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. But we have to come to reality now in this country and ask ourselves if it is we can get into government. Because first, becoming the Prime Minister, you have to get into government. You have to fight an election. And the reality is that if it is the appeal is there now for her to lead this party into governance. Now, trust me, I will do everything in my power to see how much I could assist in ensuring that. But you have to understand the reality of Trinidad and Tobago. We're dealing with a cult of people that no matter what circumstances they are in, they would not break the tribal sort of obedience towards the PNM. So in doing that now, and we trying to play, hey, here what? We disagreeing with this one and we disagreeing with that one and thing. Rowley could call an election in the morning and it will be disastrous for Trinidad and Tobago. It will be 5 more years. Because trust me, with the appeal that our present administration is having for the population, and I'm speaking to a lot of people and things, the ground to be undecided and all kind of thing, they on a kind of fence thing. Well, you know, I mightn't vote and I mightn't this and thing. We have to start to get things in order. If Kamla decide that, oh, here what, she want to remain as the leader and she want to be the Prime Minister for the next thing, She had to make it appealing for the population. She had to come back outside there. She had to start to get down to the ground troops and push people in the front line to say, hey, hear what? These are the representatives that we have for the party in holding governance right now. We are looking like a laughing stock in parliament and things. All these people are debating and the points they're bringing up and all this kind of thing. And if we don't get, we will be loyal to our party and things. But being loyal to our party is facing 7 more years of PNMS. That 2 years are going to 2025, and if they come in power, that will be 5 more years. You know what this country will become. You know what would happen to the citizen of this country. So I am telling this population, PNM is the problem for Trinidad and Tobago. That is bottom line. But let me tell you something. We have to get a solution. And if we don't get a solution, because you're not going to change them PNM people's mind, if you have them seen trouble eating grass, them voting PNM. So Rowley don't have his warriors set up to go and fight his battle already. So as far as where he concerned, he don't realize he win his party. He don't have to do nothing to mobilize and to energize his voters. We now have to do that. We have to find this little bit of oomph to mobilize our people and get them out there, get them, because let me tell you something, people can say what they want. The voters and the supporters of the UNC is, let me say, they're comfortable. They could live, they could survive. They just make ends meet no matter what. Look at my years PNM in power, and we survive and we live and we grow and we educate our children and things. So we would survive, but surviving have a consequence to it. Is the way you're surviving, is what freedom you have, how you're going to survive. You understand? And somebody in this UNC really had to come up, stand up in front and say, hey, hear what? If Rowley call an election in the morning next week, do we have the mobilization and everything in order to go into government? And I am honestly telling you, I don't think so. And unless they sit down and have some kind of big caucus meeting and then trash out without a trash out and move with a strong, powerful team that could appeal to this population, let me tell you something, it's 5 more years for Rowley and them. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Take care. Enjoy your rest of the day.
Morning, caller. We're calling from. What's your contribution on the Gong report this morning?
Andy, morning. This is Chinese from St. Joseph. Andy, you know why it is PNM propaganda is so strong as some people would say? Because Trinidadians like bacchanal. Once you can come with bacchanal, and this is what Rowley does, he knows this, so he comes with all kind of bacchanal, all kind of antics and all kind of drama, because this is what Trinidadians like. They like bacchanal. They do not like to hear the truth, what really going on and so forth. So the propaganda not strong enough. It's just that the PNM people and other people that they like bacchanal. That is what it is, Andy. Thank you.
Partially go to the top of the class, caller. Partially, because there's another side of it that was not, that is three quarter of it, but there are other factors as well. But you're quite right. The receivers, those who are the recipients of that hogwash and deception that seem to be limitless, as a limitless commodity among the PNM, and they do it to should I say efficacious advantage, but there are other factors, of course.
Thank you very much.
Andy, I was waiting to see that.
Good morning to the Gun family.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Gun Report team. But I don't know why, something wrong here. But Negro people, and this is no race thing, eh? But people of African descent don't like this country. You understand? Because all the things happen here, and they will say nothing by the churches, wherever. Well, it's only back. I tell you, it's only bacchanal, really thing. We love that. Nothing more. Because check the leader. He is that kind of guy. The leader is that kind of guy. So we expect. They want decency, you know. They want decency. Nah.
But they want decency of the other side, though. I was waiting for the opportunity. Let me say to the caller that expressed that skepticism, deep skepticism. I could only countenance that, tolerate that, or accept it if 1986 did not exist. Let me repeat: if 1986 did not exist.
But hold it. Go ahead, caller. And you go finish that. Go ahead, caller.
I'll continue after. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
The people in this country, I believe, love to live this way. Just imagine. As Rowley gets into power, the first thing he do, he raise the pension. He must eat habla and jam. You're mining, he living off of taxpayers' money. And he gave you 4% that tell you you have to accept that. The union and all had no mouth, nothing, and you paying union dues, and you wouldn't protest. The people in this country like to live the way they're living. Man, all them dead.
I can continue?
And what we say and to continue?
Yeah. I was saying that I will only accept that if 1986 did not exist, if 1995 did not exist, if 2000 did not exist, and if 2010 did not exist. In other words, all of those periods, including of course what transpired in Tobago, all of these instances tells me that the PNM is not only beatable, but they have been defeated on numerous occasions. What they would do, as they have been doing, is pretend with 22 seats only to appear to be a formidable force, which in fact they really are either a Trojan horse or they are extremely hollow, and of course would generate a kind of bravado to suggest, look at what they will do with 22 seats, go into parliament and try to infringe the constitution, as we saw with the local government. So we know that they are hollow, they are cowards really, but of course it is the people ultimately, and I could not sit here and hear someone was so strident and so defeatist in terms of their disposition, and not of course correct the records and the statistical and the what I consider to be the psephology, the history of elections, victory and defeats in this country. And the PNM clearly is nothing, there's nothing sacrosanct about them. It's a bunch of opportunistic political parasites who of course will do anything, including criminal conduct in order to stay in office.
Oh boy.
And we the people must be conscious and act against that. It's 21 years the PNM were in Tobago. They are now, of course, they could hardly have one seat there. So don't
try to get in contact.
Accept that
Try to get
defeatist.
Hi, pleasant good morning to you.
Occurrence.
Hi, Mr. Elcock.
Good morning.
Hi. Just want to tell you are live, but I heard that you is a very good person. Is a very good WASA representative, an engineer, or however it may be.
I have to put one stop to you because I can't communicate with you, right, my brother? All the good are good. You can call me private and talk, but
yeah, we just want to find out about the situation in Valencia.
Hold on. There's a protocol, and I know you know about protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the PR department, Mr. Plenty, Ms. Natasha Andrews. Those persons have all the pertinent information. You can reach out to them.
All right. Would you be able to give me the number for the PR department, the various?
I do have that. Or fan call 662-2302 and ask the operator to put you on to the PR department. All right.
But can you tell us the difficulty with Valencia and why and what is the challenge of WASA? You being an engineer or supervisor?
Hear me. Again, yes. He will tell you what to do. I don't want to respond. You put me in a position, and I'll show you in one time.
Yeah. Understood. Right? Sorry about that, Mr. Elcock.
Not a problem, my brother. Protocol.
All right, man.
You are sorry, Andy. I am not.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let me call that number one time. Yeah, let me call
because I mean, if I have responsibility. And there's a challenge or
in this country it have victimization. WASA workers could lose their work, which they're gonna lose, then you WASA gonna close down and be privatized.
All right, good. Well, on that basis, I accept your argument. On that basis alone, I accept your argument. We are dealing with a very widely vindictive group of individuals who believe
extension, please enter it now, followed by
that somehow Trinidad and Tobago has been bequeathed to them, and they end up being
for the operator.
A gang of gangsters and criminals.
What the person name in the PR department, he tell us?
Just say PRI. I don't think I heard a name. It's just pathetic. You have people you elect to serve you, and they believe that you must serve them. That is not a democracy.
So right. So what we're going through is what any citizen will go through trying to call the PR department of WASA. So let's see. It's after 8. It's 8:31.
Department that we were referred to by the supervisor who believed that he will be victimized and therefore cannot speak on a matter with which he has pertinent and probably exclusive knowledge.
Right, so the average person would have been calling the PR department, right, to find out, to get information, just like us. Let's see.
They can't know is the ground report calling.
No, they can't know. So let me see if the phone will ever answer, if the operator will answer the phone, if it have any contact number to be able to get through to us. So would anybody be able to get through with WASA? Let's see. They have a leak, they could call PR department. They have issues, either or. Let's see.
And don't be surprised when you go up there physically, wherever it is, they tell you it's COVID, you know, and you have to walk with a mask only to send you back.
So we calling the number for WASA. That'll tell you they're destroying WASA, you know. The government. But we have no workers to answer that phone. The number 662-2302. WASA St. Joseph is what
the Minister of Public Utilities will stand up in the Parliament and elsewhere and say call that same number.
Please try your call again later.
Right. So we will never get through there. So if an average person calling for the PR department, they wouldn't get through. Where's leaks? Where's the number for leaks? The same thing? And then you just go extension? Morning caller, we're calling from. What's the contribution of the going report this morning?
Andy, morning to you and the dogs, boy. Then you're late on the table for them. 1986, 95, 2000, 2010. If they spare half the people that the pressure they're under, they want the government out. So what they're talking about UNC carrying. UNC had them on the ropes.
I don't understand that. I just don't understand that negativity.
Yeah, he can't come out there and nobody should try to put it in the people's mind. But this propaganda, what they're spreading.
They're a victim of PNM propaganda.
Yeah, well, propaganda. Them on the roads right now, they just wait it for long. I don't be with PNM people like me, they don't want them at all. Right? So UNC people must be encouraged to get out and vote when the time comes. They have the election won already. All this old talk about Kamala this and Kamala that. Yeah, and a little like me, don't be. 2 days straight he's spending this propaganda. Somebody get to hear what? They knock you around the place and you around. UNC
of course,
won already.
We know the whimsicality and the vulnerability and the gullibility. We know that.
Yeah.
And how people will sell out for 30 pieces of silver. We know that.
I'm telling you. So UNC people, all they don't take on that whole talk, you know. UNC in front by 4 or 5 lengths, they can't catch up at all. I'm going to that. Thanks for the calling out.
Yes, indeed.
Nice. So let me say councillors of Trinidad and Tobago, because obviously it will go for them to trying to get through to find out what is the situation going on in WASA. They would have been calling all now the same number that was given to be able to get on.
Yeah, that's for the public consumption, the public use, to communicate.
Yeah, to go on.
And as I say, Gonzalez will stand up on a platform and say, call that number. It was just revamped.
But if anybody have a number for me to get through to WASA, would you send it? The number we have to get through to WASA is 662-2302. Let me see something.
1. or please hold.
So a MP calling Wassa to complain. Can't get through. A councillor calling but not to complain but to just information. So you call the PR department. Just to find out whether you live in Valencia, whether you live in Arima. You call Pagay and all say they're getting real problems up there in Arima for water. You know, so any average person calling to get information, there's no way we could, and it's 36 minutes past the 8 o'clock. What's open? The office is supposed to be open since 8.
And I will prefer further to say that don't be surprised if they have a different number now to get through on their side who they wish to, of course, communicate with the utility. Don't be surprised. Don't ever be surprised.
Oh, so various ministers got a private personal number to the various WASA officials.
Good morning, thank you.
That's right.
Yes, a pleasant good morning to you. Can we be transferred to the PR department? We just want to find out some information based on water interruption in various areas. So we would like to just be put to the PR department to bring the information to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You are live on 104.7 More FM, the Ground Report. I'm Andy Williams, the Pitbull of Radio. You're having company Lennox Smith right beside here, so it's by all right after till they arrive. Would you be able to do us that honorable? Well, become like the public calling in to be able to get on to the PR department and someone that can give us some information, please.
So you're speaking to one of the operators of administration. The proper channel to find out what is going on with water outage in certain areas is Shower 800 lines.
Okay, and what could you be able to give us that number? Because they told us to call the PR department, and look, we're calling it now, and you are putting out, so everybody just handing it over.
Operator of administration, one of the operators of administration.
Or use an administrative operator.
Yes.
But can you transfer us to that line?
No, but before you do that, give us the 800. Let me get the number. 800 what?
800 lines. It's 800-5325.
5325
800-4426
800-4426. Go ahead.
800-4420.
800.
So those platforms are for leak complaints.
Yeah.
Those platforms are for leak complaints, water outage.
All right, but that's for complaints. But would we be able to find out what is the problem? Why it is it don't have? When I call this 800.
What particular area, sir?
Huh?
What area exactly are you talking about?
Grande Arima.
Are we talking about Valencia have issues and Arima, various places in Arima will be able to give you the roads, so we want to be able to put on where they will be able to tell us where's the updates.
Let me see if I get the supervisor the call center for you.
Yeah, the supervisor.
All right, line for me.
All right.
Really
so where do you put us on to the supervisor of the call center?
Yeah.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. We did it live for you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So we all will have an idea, including people that don't believe,
There are different ways to pay your WASA bill.
how hard it is to be able to get information based on your water situation, whether it be leaks, whether it be information, whether it be when the situation will be resolved. You all seen the back and forth, the beat around. I ain't said no, we will get you here.
I could safely advance that the majority of the people of Trinidad and Tobago are familiar with this scenario. What we are doing is merely manifesting it. So it's not even a microcosm. It is a real situation, and therefore it generates the frustration. So people do not call because they expect this kind of shall I say, lack of service, even though it is touted by the authorities. Are talking here beyond the facility itself. I'm talking about government officials will tell us that, but they would have, of course, a separate access to the very people that they told us we can get through these numbers.
I can make payments, request a truck-borne supply, manage my account online, and I can
report leaks using your phone.
Exactly, and downloading it. Thank you for holding the line, sir.
Yes,
so I
yes.
made with my supervisor, right?
Yeah.
And what he told me is that the person that will be able to give you more information is Mr. Plenty. Now I can furnish you with his contact, but I cannot do it while you have me live.
Okay, would I be able to? Wow. Would you be able to? How I would be able to get back? All right. I cut in the live. How are doing that, boy? Yes. You the live for people. Would you be able to give me the contact? The people don't have the number for Mr. Plenty. I know Q.
WhatsApp. They could WhatsApp. I don't know.
Would I be able to give him a phone number and you'll be able to send the?
I can call you back to give you that number.
All right. Let me give him a phone number. 366-3053.
All right.
366-3053.
I'll call you back and give you that number. So
yes, I'm looking out for your call there now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mr. Plenty,
is that the experience of the typical customer or person wanting information from WASA? I mean, we have gone through what 1, 2, 3 so far. We put on to a fourth person.
Let's go to the lines by the time I wait.
Is that what we are paying our taxes for? Good morning.
All right, so you don't have me live, right?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. This is the operator from one.
Yeah, hello. Live, you're not live. I caught you there. You're not live at all.
Yes, people, so we are waiting. We are getting some information from the person that we were eventually able to communicate with after a tedious task. And I know that you two are feeling frustrated. For us, far less for those who would have actually tested the system and recognized that it consumes, of course, your data or your and carries up your phone bill, but without getting at least the communication that you would have liked. This is what this experience has taught me, at least. I fortunately don't have the cause to visit the phone, but what I normally would do is to visit in person, and that in itself is a challenge.
Let me just take this call by the time they. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Make it short and sweet. I want to make a little call to Daniel Plenty.
This is Tuna Puna here. As a former WASA worker, I want to tell you something. I am very much ashamed because they keep boasting and the government putting out things that, you could call this number and in the event of a motor problem, a leak, a this or that, or whatnot, and you call and you don't get no damn response. They just keep making you hold on there, and you get musical thing in the background there. Now let me tell you something. Everybody is shifting the goalpost in WhatsApp. All who has the responsibility, because if you call to find out and to make mention of a leak or something, they'll tell you, hold on, you have to think. The mistake can get onto this division, the department, the person responsible, and then they will put you on as you see what is going on there. So they're fooling people. But I want to just draw one more attention to all this something, fellas. Lennox, I don't know if you saw it on the papers. Tuesday, November the 7th, page 18 of the Express. Antigua is buying water from Trinidad and Tobago. You read that article, Lennox?
No, I didn't.
All right, here it is. Prime Minister Gaston Brong has hinted at the possibility of state-owned Antigua Public Utilities Authority for purchasing water from Trinidad and Tobago based company, as he expressed his frustration regarding the ongoing water crisis in the island. Now, there's always speculation throughout the world that there is going to be the next war is going to be on water, a crisis. But Gaston Brown, I won't be surprised if this government decide to sell all your water because they're thirsty for money. They want money. In spite of the problems that we have, citizens of this country experiencing all throughout Trinidad and Tobago for not getting water. And Gaston Brown and all this. I wonder if all this is really follow up the news, Gaston Brown, and what is going on in all your CARICOM region, and to know that the problems and the protestations are taking place every day all over Trinidad and Tobago for the non-supply of water and the problem people experience. But as I say, I won't be surprised if this government, despite all the shortages and whatnot, that people getting not getting water, that this government will go ahead and want to take. And then here what? You know what will be the backbone of that whole thing if they have to go through? The desalination plant. It will be up. It have to be now up and running 100%. It will have to produce more and whatnot and whatnot. And then they could be subject to a number of problems from the desalination plant in terms of breakdown and maintenance and all this kind of thing. But with the government, this present government, heavily criticized the UNC for building the desalination plant and has done absolutely nothing to improve the water consumption, the collection, so district treatment, distribution and whatnot. And hadn't it been for the UNC government with a vision for a desalination plant, God alone knows what the problem would have been in this country.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, somebody sent a message saying, morning. These are the things that people just have to go through. Calling for WASA. They'll put a $20 phone card on their phone and the money runs out. With that, run around. Oh boy, so they're saying WASA playing head games with the people. So people are deterred to call, deterred to get involved, to try to use the lines because a whole 20 will done and they still can't get on to nobody. Let us organize and try to get on, take 2 more calls and try to get on now to Mr. Daniel Plenty, just to give us some information on various areas and the water situation that we are going through. Morning, caller.
You see how frustrated that is. It frustrating me and all. I sit down here and it frustrating you. Just imagine this. You call to explain yourself about the water situation. They tell you all right, we will get some money. The phone, the thing will be going.
Thank you. The phone really bad. I wouldn't lie to you. I really wouldn't lie to you. That phone really bad. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Andy and Lennox, morning. All government departments like that, they give you a number to call. And when you call and nobody not answering, as I waste of time, I trying to get onto the eye clinic in Sangre Grande Hospital almost a week now. And it's the same thing. When they put you onto the eye clinic, nobody not answering the phone. So I would like to know what is the reason they have phones in the eye clinic for, or any of the other departments that they won't answer.
Nice. The next text coming saying, where is MP Roger Monroe, who is in charge of the area from Matlock to Valencia? Where is Marvin Gonzal, the minister who has responsibility and in charge of WASA? The councillors and corporations trying, but WASA does not fall under, or WASA doesn't fall under the purview of the corporation, but rather the government, of which MP Monroe and the Minister of Public Utilities Gavin Gonzal falls under. Where are they? We have not seen them in Valencia on the ground. Get a hands-off approach. All right, we understand. We understand, Valencia people. We trying. You know yours truly, the pitbull of radio, Andy for Grandy. I have you all close to my heart, and we trying. All the senior run around, all the council and all Neely Silver. Real trying, but it's a bit wrong. So let's try to find out what is the situation in Valencia and Ariman. you know, we'll just ask about some areas. So Lennox Smith, you'll have some areas to put in mind to ask where, you know, people call you and tell you what a problem, what a problem, what a problem.
Oh, certainly. I mean, it's almost ubiquitous. It is almost universal as well, all over the place.
Yeah. So at least you will get breakdown. If the plan break down, what is the situation?
Yeah, that's right. What is hamburging? Because we heard the most bizarre story yesterday that a pump, they cut off the pump because there is an increase in the amount of water availability as a consequence of rainfall. And when, of course, a pleasant good morning to you. News. Hold up 1 minute, Lennox Smith. Pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Daniel Plenty. I heard that you are honorable man that told us that we can call you to at least get some updates on the water problem it have in various areas in Trinidad and Tobago citizens suffering now. I hope you ain't give us a run around. I hope you'll be playing talk with us and let us get an idea what's going on. You are live on 104.7 More FM, the Ground Report. You're in company of yours truly, Andy Williams, the Pitbull of Radio, and Lennox Smith, right here live on the Ground Report. Thousands of people are listening. Again, we call in peace. We just going through procedures in which was told by WASA for we to do, and we now have you, and we just want to ask you various questions. Lennox Smith, we have Mr. Daniel Plenty.
Yeah, well, yes, before you switch to Mr. Smith, good morning, Mr. Williams, Mr. Smith, but Mr. Williams, this is not how you go about getting an interview on radio, on live radio, by just calling me just like that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a procedure that should be followed. Okay. Right? I understand that you may have some questions you want to have answered, but this is not the means by which you go about doing
that the advice we got on the number
they give us your number, you know.
They give us the wrong
they tell us you
advice. So what you can do, you can give me a call off air. Right now I'm not in a position to carry out any interview live on radio. You can give me a call off here, I'll later on, I'll get set up and make an arrangement for an interview in the program, but not like this.
Okay, Mr. Plenty, I will call you.
Yes?
I will call you. Would tomorrow, please God, be good when I do call you off here?
So, yeah, sure. Later on tomorrow, anytime, but we'll be fine. In fact, I'm on my way right now to an activity. But you can call later or tomorrow, and we can set up something in terms
nice.
of
now,
the that you require.
All right, Mr. Plenty, I'll give you a call today.
As we have you there, it's something very simple. What is the general reason why people complain about water across the country, across the grid?
Mr.
What is the general reason?
Mr. Smith, I'm not going to get into that interview that you requested at this time.
We
just spoke about the procedure.
Mr. Plenty, tell you already, Mr. Smith. No, Mr. Smith, we must be. It's protocol, as Mr. Plenty said. It's protocol. He said no live interview yet. I'll call him after the program today. He will put the interview in place for tomorrow. Please, God.
Interview is a common question that I'm sure would have been posed to him, and
right. Well, the interview would have given us the opportunity to ask that common question. He's not in a position, as Mr. Plenty say, and I'll have to defend him, that he's not in a position at this point in time to be able to think. So maybe want his books and put various things in place.
All right, okay.
I's not WhatsApp PRO partner. Again, Mr. Plenty, sir, thank you so much for taking our generous call. I will call you after the program, and we look forward to an interview with you tomorrow, please God, whereby people of Trinidad and Tobago will be able to get at least a little logistics of what the hell going on with we not being able to get water, and no water here, no water there, and those things. Right, Mr. Plenty? Thanks so much.
Mr. Williams, as I said, I'm on the way to an activity this time. If you don't get me directly after your program, just give me a try back later on and we'll speak concerning the interview that you're requesting.
Yes,
I'll try to set that up, yes?
All right, Mr. Plenty. Daniel Plenty. Thanks so much, my brother.
Thank you very much for very little.
Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, hold your tongue, partner. All right, let's just take the calls, right?
He is a public servant, you know. Don't forget that. He's a public servant.
The man said tomorrow, please go.
Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Plenty, for giving us very little.
All right, let's go to the lines, yes? Morning, caller.
I'll make it very quick. Alex, you're so right. You tried to squeeze in that last question and he just completely knocked that down, eh? You say call and follow protocol. Yes, he gave you nothing. Mr. Plenty gave us nothing. And guess what? He wants you to follow protocol. Who's paying this man's salary? Isn't he a public servant? Isn't WASA appropriated billions of dollars? They don't have a communications department where they release press releases, they meet with the media, they get on the radio. No, they only go on the PNM radio station and talk them out of. I swear to God. But I just had to say that because this is symptomatic in every ministry. They try to reach somebody and they'll never ever respond until you pay somebody, or you have to have an inside with somebody, or they get a script to come out and read to us. That is what I call oppression right there. All right, thanks.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. Again, we will get to interview Lennox Smith.
Line, Andy,
yeah.
Somebody, I think, call Gonzalez or one of those ministers. The same line, you know. It appears that they were taught that they have it either inculcated.
Lennox, let me hear the people. We get in our interview tomorrow, please God. You say you're an optimistic person. I am optimistic that Mr. Daniel Plenty going to give us the interview and we will get plenty questions answered tomorrow, please God. I mean, let's follow protocol. The man asks for protocol and he's not in the position at this point in time because he said he's on his way to somewhere and he's listening. So don't do us that because we need our interview tomorrow, please God. Go ahead, caller.
Andy, that man caller talking to from WhatsApp where? He's a public servant. Where you want off the air interview and he's supposed to have all the information and in his brains. What he working for? Is government, is public servant, taxpayers, is taxpayer money we're paying the man? What stupidness he want off air interview for? Leonard Smith is right. Answer the question on the phone. What's wrong with you? All that sort of stupidness he talking, boy. Answer the people who want to know what's going on with the water in the country. Oh God, man. Mr. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, caller. Let's go to the lines. Morning, caller. Where calling from? What's your contribution on the Going Report this morning?
I agree with you, Lennox. Answer the question.
Okay. Let's go to the lines. Morning, caller. Where calling from? What's your contribution on the Going Report this morning?
Good morning, Mr. This is Rasima calling and I send me text to
Hold on.
Miss Lomas, all right. Just send back an order for me quick. Let me get that information. So I'll send a warning to the hardware one time. Right, send it for me now. Morning caller. Let's go. Morning caller.
I send everything. My daughter send everything last night for you.
Right. Oh God, what time so? I'm going to check. I will send the message to the hardware there now. Right? Let's just take one or two calls here quick. Right. Look, Mr. X don't say he there earlier. So we don't have much time at all. Let me take some quick calls. Morning caller.
Hey Andy, I forget to tell you something. Rowdy went to Tobago and he tell the people they want to come, UNC want to come and win the 2 seats so they can win the general election. Right? Which means to say, you're going to lose plenty seats in Trinidad. But people don't understand what you want to tell them or what? Like clear cut. That was begging for the to hold on to the 2 seats. Thank you.
Next caller, morning. Short and sweet. We don't have much time. Caller, morning.
Yes. Morning. Good morning, Andy. Once more again. Andy, listen. You see that conversation just started with Mr. Plenty. What you get there is nothing short of global diarrhea. So just think about it.
All right. Morning caller. They say global diarrhea. Yes, that is a serious diarrhea, boy. Like global, you know, like red tutu. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yes, Andy, it's me again. I just want to tell you, you're going to get plenty live from Mr. Plenty tomorrow when you do the interview.
Oh God, Mr. Plenty, I sure listening because he know this is a big program. He know Trinidad and Tobago thing and I telling you listening. And the man said he's on his way to a meeting. Remember, he will want to be able to answer certain things. He may not have the facts, all the necessaries in front of him. He may have some things off ahead. Yeah.
Andy, you're doing a job every day. You're in charge of this. And you can't have a impromptu interview and answer questions. But you cannot answer questions when you have to make up your lies. You understand? Stop insulting the intelligence of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All these other people in top positions in this country, all of them is PNM puppets, you understand? They cannot answer the question. All they care about is their money when the man come, you understand? So Mr. Plenty coming tomorrow to tell you, as usual, plenty PNM lies. Blessings.
Oh boy. Morning caller.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, Mr. Plenty, he working for the public. We taxpayer paying he. He working for we, and if we ask him a question concerning the public, he's supposed to answer it. Not make no excuse and justify wrong in every angle because he's a PNM. That is totally wrong. We shall fire people like them supposed to get fired. Thank you.
You can't say Mr. Plenty is a PNM. Well, you can't do that. Again, we have Mr. Plenty give the commitment live on a #1 program, the Ground Report. It have no way, unless death in his family or something, he would not be taking the interview tomorrow, please God. He said just call him off air. We will arrange the interview tomorrow, please God, on the Ground Report, live here, where the man will be a little more prepared because he will have a thing. Yes, he will know things off his head, but he will have to lay paperwork there because remember, it's plenty areas asking about this water problem and what is the cause. So Lennox Smith will have all the questions and the various areas to ask. So about this area there, what is the situation there? And then he goes say, well, that getting water from the Nariva Dam. And what about this one? Oh, that one is from the Arena Dam. And what about that one? Oh, that one is from the Kareli Dam plant. And it's Plenty, and Mr. Plenty have to organize and have all the questions when it comes to WASA for us. So I'm happy that he didn't take the interview with immediate effect because he may not be able to answer all the questions and give us an answer for many of the areas. So at least Mr. Plenty,
you can't tell me that he don't know what is the general problem. Can't tell me that as a preliminary, as a precursor, as a advance, as a appeasement to the population that want to know what is happening with the water supply. You can't tell me that he don't know that. So that is why I said Mr. Plenty. He has a beautiful name, but of course he has given us very little.
Oh Lord, Lennox Smith. Only it's 2 minutes past. Mr. X is already in the building.
Yes, indeed. Yes, people, we have come to the end. It was 1 minute for you, and that's how we do it. Yeah.
Tomorrow, please God, well, today you will organize because I know you have records of many of the areas. I will call my Sandy Grandi Toko, Valencia people. Yeah, from I will call various people to get the areas.
Go right back up to the eastern border. Where it joins your western border, where you would be know of what is happening.
Well, all right. So tomorrow, please God, Mr. Daniel Plenty will answer and give us a lot. You'll give us plenty tomorrow, please God.
All right. Let's hope so.
No, you laughing, Lennox Smith. What's my God? Give him a name is Plenty. Tomorrow, please God, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, when it's coming to our WhatsApp problem, our water situation, Mr. Daniel Plenty gonna give us plenty answers to the questions in which we're gonna ask when it comes to this water source.
I don't want to live in a fool's paradise because I got very little from Mr. Plenty this morning. But go ahead.
Man, Trinidad and Tobago. Coming up next, Robert Amaru, Mr. X, Sense and Sensibility. Today's Wednesday, don't forget Corridor Transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith, on Facebook and on YouTube. And don't forget tonight, yours truly, Michael Kerr with the Observers on Galda Channel. Well, yesterday me and Mikey talk a lot because you have some things going on family wise, you know, so that's why is his absence. But he gave me a commitment yesterday that things supposed to be back in place a little bit with him, and that he most likely, and I will use most likely, grace us Thursday, please God, which is tomorrow. That was the last conversation I had with our buddy, our pal, Michael Kerr, Mikey K. Right, so Trinidad and Tobago, after God Family comes first, on behalf of the Ground Report team, yours truly, Andy Williams, the Pitbull of radio, better known as Andy for Grandi, Andy for Valencia, Andy from Matura straight to Matlot, because Grandi for Andy, Matura straight to Matlot, Valencia for Andy. I will not disappoint you all giving the chance. We are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others. Mistakes!
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all,